Baturdays. Baturdays. Omnidog in the Minister of Comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the bat. Baturdays. 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 In the BatCave.
Heyo, everybody, welcome to Baturdays in the BatCave. Sitting in for the minister is Larry from Larry's Library. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. How's it going?
Good to see you. And we have let's take a look at your shirt. You said it's Cloak and Dagger, but we see Dagger mostly. Oh, there's Cloak because he's cloaked.
My mic is in the way, but yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's cool. Good. That's a cool t-shirt.
J. Lee Art.
Nice. It's too cold here for me to wear t-shirts. My wife and I had our annual, we've been doing it for 37 years, our annual shock that it gets down into the 20s. Oh my God, it's in the 20s. It's been happening, here since the year zero, and we're always shocked. Oh, yeah, it's in the 20s.
Like 35 now, but it's dropping. So
yeah. And it can get way colder too. So I know, because then it'll be time for our it's in the teens. Oh no, we need to move that conversation. Yeah. Here's Alon. Oh, you love Jeff, huh? New edition. Dupe's taking a holiday as Jeff subs in for him. But Dupe's still here.
Who is Jeff? Was Jeff from what's he from?
He is a webcomic right now. Not webcomic. I apologize. A Marvel Unlimited comic. I think by Kelly Thompson, if I am right about that. And he eats everything. That's his thing. And it's funny and silly, and it's just really enjoyable. Good to see Alon, and Rami's here. Welcome. Joey's here. Peace and love from down under. Labruski, I can't stick around today. I'm being forced to leave the house. I know that feeling. It's not a great feeling, is it? Nah, it's better. I stayed indoors all day today.
Yes, me too.
Sup, Javier and super producer James. And Larry was early. Yes, you were early. Yep. Shout out to James. My at 1:00 I did a fangirls with Maddie and Bar and Jessica, and we talked about this book. And I thought I was doing well just to post the link to the show, but James posted the link to the show and tagged the creators, Melissa Marr and Jen St. Ong, and they were both in the stream because he tagged them. And it became a conversation between us and the creators. It was really cool. Really cool.
That is awesome.
Jean Remy, hello. First time catching a stream. Oh, good. Welcome. DH, good evening, fine people. When it gets colder here, I just add a cat. Works great. Pulling them off, however. Oh, I bet it's more painful than Velcro. Yeah, you have cats to spare, don't you? It's like a 5-dog night here. It's freaking ridiculous. But yeah, we have no intention of moving because our daughter's here. So I don't know why I'm complaining. So we're going to talk about many books tonight. I mean, I'm happy to talk about what I'm currently reading. Oh, Omnibo. Omnibo. And what is it that Omnibo said the other day that was so great? James clipped it. Omar, Jess has done more for me than you ever had. Or Omnidog's done more for me than you ever have. Oh, it's clipped in my Discord. It's so awesome.
Nice.
Oh, Bo has a confession to make? What's your confession, Bo? I know Single issue Steve ended up dyeing his beard pink because I helped him get to 1,000. That was awesome. We will talk about our book club book, but I think we should not just limit it to this. We'll talk about all the books we're reading, books you guys are reading. What's my confession? What's happening here between you and Alon? Hey, Sasmurf, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Here's my Discord. Oh, I gotta kill that extra Blue Sky account I have.
I saw that. I see that when I followed you, I think yesterday. I see you had 2.
I know. I forgot to kill it. That Alon and I are now together. Who did you call the best channel, Bo? Who was your guest? Uh-oh. What's the confession? Oh, Bo, have you taken your love elsewhere from me and given it to somebody else? Oh, good evening, William Lee. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm reading this is already great. That's awesome. Fess up, Bo. whose love have you torn away from me and pledged it to now? Please don't say it's very fine condition. Somebody besides that. Yeah, so shout out to I earlier shouted out to James. Gary, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay, phone on silent and F word. I forgot my drink. Okay, so I have to do I may have to this is perfect. Take at least 30 seconds and answer this question. Omni, because I have to go get my drink.
Hey, William Lee. So William Lee says, Larry, how is Omnicat doing? Currently reading Hardcore Anxiety. That is a great book. I really like that one. They are doing great. Quinn, the baby, is just getting bigger and bigger. I can't wait for her to show her to the internet, but I get that she's not real happy and anxious to do that. So she may not ever show her to the internet. I mean, well, she'll have to eventually. We know this, right? But I get it. Yeah, they're doing great. Quinn is getting bigger. Every time I see her, she's bigger than the last time. I mean, that's normal for this time, but it is wild when it's your grandkid and you've never had a grandkid before. It's mind blowing.
Cool. I said MNC is my favorite channel because you said Bar was your #1 fan. So we're even. What? When did I say? Oh, I guess Bar. Yeah. Well, yeah. You kind of have me there. I don't. I think that's. I feel like that's kind of Kristen's.
Yeah. I was talking about that. I was saying I couldn't wait for her to show Quinn to the internet, but I dare not do that.
No, and she sent me pictures and cute little healthy baby, but yeah, I wouldn't want to.
I have a ton, that's for sure. I have video and yeah.
Here's a good question.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What now? Yeah, no, I would never.
I even have one where I'm kind of imitating her. She's asleep on me, and we're.
Oh, she's asleep on you. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Peter has a good question. Is the Batman Murder Fugitive Omni a must buy? Relatively. Batman Murder Fugitive, if I didn't already own it, in a Eagle Moss format, courtesy of Super Laugh Hard, I would definitely get this Omni. It is
that is on my list. I've read a couple issues from that, not a lot, but a couple, and I really liked what I read. So it's
really good. That was one of the better books from that time period.
It looks good. It's on my
90s,
list.
Early 2000s.
2000s for sure.
2000s. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So Peter, definitely. But if you do buy it, make sure you go to Organic Price Books and use code Omnidog for $2 off. While you're there, go ahead and shop 5% off. It should be 4 more books together. Omnidog sit. I used my code yesterday for Black Friday. I saved 5%. That was real money. So yeah.
Speaking of Batman, I failed to get Batman the Cult hardcover, and now it's sold out, or at least it's out of print right now.
It is?
Kristen tells me it's going to get, yeah. Kristen says she read somewhere that it's going to get a restock. So, you know.
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, the trade paperback is out now, but the hardcover is gone.
Yeah, you want the oversized hardcover for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just so much out, I just could not buy everything, you know, and I figured, well, it won't go out of print.
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Huh.
At least on IST. I didn't look all over the place, but yeah.
Well, wait a minute. You didn't
try
go to OPB? What?
I did. I don't think I did.
I just bought the Deluxe Cult Batman on the other site, Cheap Graphic Novels, 2 days ago. Yeah, so it's not sold out all over the place. Oh, good. Here's Kane. How you doing, Kane? Good to see you. I assume it's cold up where you live. Probably colder up where you live. DH saying, with Murder, Fugitive, and War Games, I know. He's saying, I know, because War Games is not a book to get. That's a book to skip. Surely Contagion Legacy is in the works. I agree with that. And that's a book Contagion Legacy is actually pretty decent. I'm full. I just finished eating dinner. Okay. Yeah, I thought it's freaking freezing down here too. And I complain about it every year. It's a surprise to me. And it's 30 degrees. Shocking.
Yeah, I think we have some kind of winter weather advisory. It's supposed to snow a little bit or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Elvis, good to see you. Recently read Swamp Thing Volume 1 by Rom V, and it was really good. Yeah, Rom V's Swamp Thing. No, wait, that was Jeff Lemire. Rom V. Oh no, I read Rom V's.
I'm probably still partial to the. I'm still partial to the Bernie Wrightson, but I like, of course, I like the Alan Moore. You know, but.
Yeah, what are you guys' favorite Swamp Thing run? Wait, Rom V, Swamp Thing. What?
I think that's a pretty recent one, right?
Okay.
Yeah, recent collection. Yeah.
All right. I can't. Let me look that up. The answer. I think the answer is probably Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. I also like New 52 Swamp Thing a lot, and I've heard great things about Nancy Collins.
Yeah, I have too,
but I haven't read it. Oh, Super Laugh Hard, welcome. I was just talking to you because you were the person that sent me Batman Murder Fugitive in the Eagle Moss big honkin' deluxes. You were kind enough to send me that. So I said, if you hadn't sent me those books, I would definitely get the Omni of Murder Fugitive, because that's a great story. So thanks, as always, Super Laugh Hard, for those books. Larry, I'm getting snow now, and it's headed downward to Evansville.
Yeah, I don't live in Evansville now, but I work there, so I'm not too far. So yeah, I got to go back to work Monday, so we'll see what happens.
Extinction Agenda, blah, blah, blah. Just finished Superman, the Triangle Era Omnibus. Jessica and I love that book. I can't wait for December's tomorrow, so we're going to have to set up our December show so we can continue reading it. That book I loved it. Did you like that book, Rami? We just read the new Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 by Hickman, and it was fantastic.
I keep hearing that, so
I have a feeling that's all going to get collected somehow further down the line. So I'm just like waiting.
Sure.
Oh, that was my book club? Oh, good. In the Discord? Cool. Comic talk time. Yippee. Yeah, Cage. Ultimate Spider-Man is amazing. Boy, everybody says that.
Yeah.
It was a page turner, 10 out of 10. Superman, Triangle Years, right? Jessica and I loved that book. Nancy Collins, Andrew, welcome. Had an awesome Swamp Thing run. Highly recommend it. I don't think I've heard anyone mention a Swamp Thing run that they didn't like. Have you? I
I can't think of one that someone
I
like just hated.
hated. I feel like people were sort of. I liked Scott Snyder's Swamp Thing, and then then
Okay.
it continued on to Charles Soule in the New 52. I think other people were kind of lukewarm on Scott Snyder's
Okay.
Swamp Thing. I liked it a lot.
But it almost seems like a can't miss character, doesn't it? I mean, as far as all the great runs that's happened,
Yeah, that's true. Is the newly released Absolute Batman worth reading? You're talking about the floppy? I've heard that Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are awesome. All of those
everyone seems to like them. Yeah.
Yeah. This is right, Alon. Swamp Thing is like Daredevil in DC. There really isn't a bad run. Are we not? We're not counting the Shadowland tie-ins. Shadowland itself is fine. The Shadowland tie-ins, do they count? Let's not count them. Okay, we don't.
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
such a short thing, though. There's not much there. It's just a.
Yeah. Joey Richards, hey Omni, is that me? Just wondering if you know if your Aussie YouTubers use OPB. Just about to do a big order and want to support you guys, but not sure if it works out shipping taxes. I do know they ship internationally, Joey. I appreciate your support. That helps me get books. So I don't know what shipping would be for you. Taxes, you wouldn't have to. Oh, but there's like customs or taxes or something, aren't there? I think if I were you, what I would do is maybe place an order all the way up to where you almost have to hit PayPal or charge your card and see what it says.
Yeah, you should be able to do that. Figure it out.
Yeah, you wouldn't pay in state tax or federal tax or anything, but I feel like customs might be an issue. I don't know. Super Laughheart correcting me. Those Eagle Moss books also include Batman Evolution, New Gotham, and it's the only place to read all the issues of Turning Points in OHC. Flex, Jess, flex. But it does not have the issue of Officer Down, right? I had to buy that single issue and stick it in there. Where does it fit again? Officer Down? I feel like that's the one thing it might be missing. But yeah, those Eagle Moss books, they're for chonky chonkers, as Kristen would say. They're amazing. Lance is here. Welcome, Lance. Good evening, guys. Question for Justin. Larry, have either of you read Captain Action by Jim Shooter, Wally Wood, and Gil Kane? I have. I'm reading the IDW hardcover and am loving it. I remember, did you ever read Captain Action?
I have that exact volume and I haven't read it yet. I'm anxious to read it. It looks fantastic, but yeah, I have not read it yet.
That's a book I think you would definitely
well, I like all the names in it. So yeah, Jim Shooter, Wally Wood, Gil Kane. That's three legends. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that cover is a Gil Kane cover because of the way the nose is drawn.
Yeah, and the leg and the foot. I can point those out. Yeah.
Wait, I sent you Officer Down in hardback. You did? What? Oh. It goes after book 2. Officer Down in hardback. Okay, wait a sec. Okay, hold on. We're going to have to take a trip in
mobile.
This is what I'm missing. Okay, we don't have to go. It's the missing Catwoman issue that's never included in the Officer. That's what you sent me. Okay, we don't have mobile. But yes, you're right. You're right. Wait, where's Officer? Did you say? Okay, wait. We are going to go mobile. Go. All right. I'm not doubting you. I'm doubting myself. Super laugh hard. Alexa, turn on basement 1. Alexa, turn on basement 2. Alexa, turn on basement 3. Where is Officer Down in hardback? Why isn't it up there with Super Laugh Hard? Where did I Where did I file it? Tell me where to find it. I think this is Officer Down, the Catwoman issue. Yeah, there's Catwoman, Officer Down. But where's Officer Down, the hardback? Why am I not? Super Laugh Hard. Where do I have it in my collection? Come on, help me out here. Help a brother out as I'm stumbling around and myself.
I see you have a lion cat. I have that statue too.
I have a what?
A lion cat statue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have that one.
Where'd you see that? Oh, down there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, I know this is.
Did you get it when it was on sale a couple years back?
It's an
hellacious sale.
Paperback site. I got it when it first came out, so they probably gouged the hell out of me.
They probably did.
Yeah. Okay, it's an Eagle Moss book, but it's a trade paperback. There's a lot of Judge Dredd here. Up, it's right next to it. You did send it to me. I do see Officer Down, and then the Batgirl issue is right next to it. You're a man of honor, Super Laugh Hard. Yes, thank you. So now we go back, and I proved nothing, except that my memory's bad, and everybody already knew that. Oh, here's something good for you. Don't feel left out, Larry. Some books are also heading your way soon. Super Laugh Hard, super generous.
Yes, thank you. Very nice.
Really cool.
You didn't have to.
Alexa, find Officer Down. Yeah. Oh, did it turn on? Thank you, dog. I just saw where to change into Australian dollar. Peace. Well, let me know before the show ends if you're able to get it. If you're able to take advantage of organic price books, because I do know they ship internationally. Here's Mr. Awesome. Welcome. Peter DeLuca, do you guys have a DC Infinite account on top of collecting Omnis? I find I like to read on the app and keep the collection in pristine condition. Do you have Marvel Unlimited or DC?
I do not. That may change one day if I get a iPad one day, maybe. I don't know. But
that's actually just
I like
about
the paper, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. That's all I use my iPad for is my DC Infinite account and Marvel Unlimited. And yeah, I don't.
I feel like an iPad might be really good for CLZ, a comics database. It'd probably be really nice on there too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I tried doing CLZ and I made it about one bookshelf, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't. It probably would have helped me find Officer Down if I had done that. Absolutely. Who all has read Black Canary, Best of the Best, #1? Admittedly, I'm a Tom King fan. I have to say that he and Ryan Sook are on fire. In my humble opinion, a standout issue. I haven't read it, but I know Jake from The Brave and the Boys read it like yesterday and loved it. He also is a Tom King fan. I love Black Canary. I love Tom King. I love Ryan Sook. So I hope that goes many issues. I really want to. I didn't even know Black Canary was that he was writing Black Canary. Carl, happy Thanksgiving. Well, post Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yes.
Sharif, good morning, Jess and Larry. Sharif, Omnibo has left me for another, so you're the only one in the Aussieverse that still cares for me. Omnibo has taken off and left with another. He's dancing with very fine condition now. It's a bit of a tragedy, but I've got Sharif here. That's good. My iPad has revolutionized my digital comics reading. The comics look gorgeous. Yeah, they really do. They really do look gorgeous on the iPad. And that's that. And I have to renew my Hoopla subscription, not Hoopla subscription. I need to renew my library card in the neighboring county. Obviously, I let it lapse because Hoopla's not working for me now. So I'm missing some books that I wanted to read on Hoopla. Dog, you saved me with iPad. DC Unlimited, it is incredible. I am on long plane trips a lot. Oh, and it cannot be beaten. I have a Colombian trip at the end of the year, 24 hours. Oh, whoa. 24 hours to get to Colombia from where you are in Ozland? Oofa, dude. Well, I'm glad you have your iPad with you.
Yeah.
I use the iPad for weekly releases, only for storage purposes. I should be using my DC Infinite to be reading these Absolute books. Absolute
Yeah,
Wonder Woman
could do that.
especially. Yeah. I need to use it a lot more. I'm such a DC fanboy that I buy practically everything and just don't get to half of it. So half of it's being nice. I don't get to 80% of it. But yeah, I need to be reading this all in stuff so I can figure out what's going on.
And you can read your trades there too, and then you wouldn't get burnt on the hardcovers. Maybe.
That's a good point. Comics drawn and colored on PCs often look better digitally than on the printed page, and I don't think that is a good thing. Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard that. If let's see, Sleepy Reader 666, you ever seen his channel?
No, I am not familiar with him.
Okay. Well, he's a comics guy too, and he's pointed out a lot of times where he showed printed comics, modern stuff, and the coloring is just too dark. It doesn't work that well. But when you look at it on the screen, it's fixed. I guess because the bright light behind it.
Oh.
So it seems to be kind of a problem with a lot of newer books.
Oh, now that's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I should. I only know one colorist that does it digitally.
It's like the printed page was an afterthought, so they don't really necessarily know how good it's going to look when it's printed. So
I wonder how you find out. How do you find out?
I guess it'd be trial and error, maybe. I don't know. That seems a bad way to have to do it, doesn't it?
I wonder how. That's interesting. I was not aware of that.
I mean, obviously it's not all of them, but apparently it's a pretty good amount. I don't know.
I'm not. I feel like Laura Allred does hers digitally, but those colors are awesome. Like in Silver Surfer, Madman,
all over the place.
Yeah. So
when I scan interior pages, I often punch them up just a little bit. Like Photoshop, it just looks better, but it's not so dark right off the scanner that I feel like I have to. So I don't know.
So do you actually have a scanner that you scan these books in?
I got a flatbed scanner. Yeah.
We have
mainly I just do the covers, but if I need the pages for a video or for like this, then I'll scan a few of the pages.
Yeah.
That's why it's cut off on the spine side, because I'm not taking the book apart,
Right. Okay. Yeah. Larry was kind enough to send me several, like 11 slides on SubGenre, which we will get to. So I was not aware of that. Yeah, Laura Allred's colors are gorgeous. So I wonder whose don't work out. I'm not gonna. I can't let myself watch somebody else's YouTube channel because I really don't.
I watch a lot less now too because I don't want to inadvertently copy someone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or say a phrase the same way they said it. Then it looks like I'm just lifting something and your brain's going to do it even if you don't mean to sometimes. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have the hardcover, but when I looked at the comic on tablet, the artwork looks so much better. Interesting. That's a book that I had in my these books need to be made into absolute size video. That was one of the first books I thought of. That why they put that out in standard hardcover with that Federici art that's so gorgeous. Ay caramba. I've been all through Tom King's Batman and Williamson's Flash at the moment. Great reads. Rebirth has been brilliant. Nice. I love Tom King's Batman. I don't think, I mean, I own all of Williamson's Flash, but I haven't read it.
Speaking of Williamson's, I just finished the Birthright Deluxe hardcover, the first 25 issues, and that was a great read.
Yeah. Do you have that in deluxe?
Yeah, the one that just came out. It's an Omni size, is what it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you're welcome. I have 10 trade paperbacks of that. Damn.
Wow, 10.
I know. And it's been so long since I've read it. I feel like I'm going to have to start at the halfway point and read again, because I read 1 through 9 and then I just waited for 10. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think I had read the first 8 issues in a smaller hardcover, and then this came out and got it. So hopefully Image doesn't wait too long to give us the second book, which should finish it up,
Yeah, Birthright. I thought I read that. I wonder if Comic Releases has Birthright. Just a sec. I thought I had Comic Releases open.
I don't think they have solicited 2 yet. I mean, obviously they're intending it because this is book 1, but
they haven't. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, let's see.
Unless, it's possible. But...
Okay, I have to get up for this. Birthright on comicreleases.com. Birthright. Wait a minute. Show me Oh, this is a bunch of Image solicitations. What are you doing to me here? I'm not good at searching. Forget it. I'm back.
Somebody will look it up for us while we're talking.
Yeah. Somebody look it up. I agree with this. They're putting it out in compendium or chunky trades or something. Why not an Omni? It's got gorgeous art all the way through it.
Well, so you'll buy those now, and then you'll buy the
Not
Omni
me.
later.
I'm sticking with my deluxe.
Someone will.
Yeah, someone will. So would you like to talk about what you've been reading other than subgenre, or would you like to talk about subgenre first? Well,
the only thing I'm always reading a prose book.
Oh,
I know you don't do that, and a comic book. And so right now I'm reading, comic-wise, I'm reading the Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 5.
Oh, okay. That just came out, right? Yeah.
So I've read the first 4, and now I'm into the beginning of the 5th volume, which is getting into the Roy Thomas and then eventually the Jerry Conway era. And I'm anxious for this one, it's kind of me just getting through it, because then Volume 6 is going to be the era where I first became aware of the FF. It's going to get into that, which I'm kind of looking forward to just for nostalgia, alone. And then I am reading this in prose.
Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs. Cool.
Yeah, and this is by Luis Elizondo, who was the head of one of those high-level Pentagon outfits up until a few years ago. So this is some wild shit now.
It's got some really cool stuff in it that you're reading?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. I mean, I already knew a lot of it because this guy has been all over the media, giving interviews all over YouTube, So he's told some of these stories before. He's almost becoming kind of like Stan Lee. After you've seen about 5 or 10 Stan Lee interviews, you've almost heard it all.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm hoping that before I die, we finally get the truth from someone that is currently working for the government, whereas now we have all these people that used to work for the government, and this guy says this guy says that, and it, someone's lying, So
yeah, Harvey's here. Hey now. That's some weird, wild stuff, Larry. Well, it's not any weirder or wilder than the stuff you read, Harvey, because I'm still going to get to that.
Sure.
I got to get to that, and I got to get to Super Laugh Hard's books, because he sent me a ton of books, and Super Laugh Hard sent me books. Cycle sent me books. I need to get to those. I don't like this idea that Jake's trying to talk me into making an hour-long. because I have it. I had it planned that I was going to do my supernatural books, a series. Like right now it's magic and witches, and I have like 40 more books about magic and witches. Then I have about 10 books about monsters, and I was going to put them out as 20-minute chapters on their own. But if I wait to read all 40 of those books so I can make an hour-long video, it's not going to be until next summer. Oh, James has the answer. Thank you. Okay, good. I will continue to put out 20-minute videos then, because it's going to be next summer.
And some people like the smaller chunks. You already do a lot of long form content with the live stream. So
yeah, I would think.
I don't know.
I would think 20 minutes, given this TikTok generation, like 5 seconds is too much. I would think a 20-minute video would be perfect for people.
Well, the demographics are very wide. We got all ages. We got all ages. So
yeah, and okay, I feel relieved. Thank you, everybody, for saying that. Even though the last show I did, like the poll was 80% to 20% that they wanted long form videos, but okay, good.
On the other hand, Jake is pretty successful. He kind of knows what he's doing too. So
he knows he does know what he's doing, but
you got to do what makes you happy at the same time. So,
well, it's not, I mean, it's just, it would take me forever to read this way. I can read 10 books at a time, and you can like a couple weeks
content out
and bang it right out. That way people, I mean, because I was going to dedicate a month to it.
That might be more sustainable. I mean, that's what I've tried to do with my channel, and not that I'm a huge success, but I've tried to figure out a format that I can keep doing, because what I was doing before was just really, with the multi-page scans and the single review videos, it was a lot of work and it didn't always pay off. So, I mean, not that I'm in for the pay, but as far as people watching it, so.
For the record, Jewish Dragons, friend of the show, voted for shorter videos. Well, now there's a good vote. Make the videos you want to make, no matter the length. Thank you, Kane.
Yeah.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, at Jake's. Okay, I'll show it, but I won't read it. Keep doing what you're doing, Jess. That is why we love you. Okay, well, thank you. Peace and love to you, William Lee, and everybody else that is validating my shorter video idea, because I don't want to do a 60-minute video. That's ridiculous.
If you don't want to do it, you won't sustain it. That's the thing.
I'll keep putting it off, and it'll suck. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's the way I am, certainly. So
peace and love, man. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Everybody's right. Jake's right, but I can't do what Jake does. He has a puppy's energy, and I am just an old, creaky, cranky dog. I don't have his energy. Man. I can't. Right.
And that's why I changed my format, because it was starting to seem really, like a ton of work. And
what did you change? You used to have like 3 a week.
I was used to doing reviews of a single book, and that was a video. And I would have a lot of scans in there, which was, time intensive. And I would just cover that one book in that one video. So if someone doesn't care about a certain book, they're not even going to look at that video, right? So now I do a format where I do a weekly video, and I just kind of recap what I've read and what I liked. And I can even have multiple segments where I can talk about something I've seen on TV or whatever. And, they're ranging from 15 minutes to 20 something minutes. And that seems to be working, because I can kick that out easier. So it's easier for me.
Yeah.
And people seem to like it better than the single book reviews,
People really like when I make a video that's like my favorite reads of August and like that.
I mean, I'm still doing my top 10s once a month. I'm still doing that. Those are fun, and people seem to really like those. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to take Adderall, but that could help. Doc Elevator. I don't like videos where the person says the same thing over and over again. It seems to happen a lot with a lot of other comic channels. I will take that to heart and make sure I don't say the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I'll catch myself saying the same adjective a few times when I'm editing the video later. I'm like, God, I wish I hadn't said fantastic 5 times, you know? So I'm aware of it. So I'm trying to stop too. You know?
Well, I tend to, in my reviews, I don't go super in depth. I just say why I enjoyed it. And a lot of times I use the word fun. And a few years ago, a message I got was,
I say that a lot too.
Yeah, and which is what we want. We want books to be fun. And somebody, it was like a complaint almost. He was like, "What do you consider fun?" And I'm like, What kind of question is that? What do I consider fun? This book is fun. Yeah. I know what he's saying, Harvey.
I mean, I think if I get to the point, you know, if I'm still doing the channel after I retire, which hopefully I am, you know, then maybe I can do all of it. You know, I can do both kinds of videos, and I'll have time to do that. But right now, working a full-time job, it's, you know, I am drained when I get home. So,
oh, I don't know how you put out as much as you do having a full-time job. And let me just say, because upper management's already asleep right now, I had a lot more time on my hands before upper management retired. I can tell you that. Yeah, repeating the same points 5 or 6 times. I get that. Yeah, that's why I kind of I like to script out what I'm gonna say. I
kind of use just like bullet points, you know. I don't do a full script, but
yeah. No, he was saying, "What do you consider fun?" And it was not a nice comment. It was like a snarky comment. Like there are things that are fun for different reasons, but what he may have been, maybe I on a certain video was saying that maybe I was being repetitive. I was saying this book is fun, and maybe I said that about like all 8 books or something. This book was fun. I had fun reading it. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, I like shorter videos because it gets straight to the point, if that makes sense. Yes, it does make sense, Javier, because thanks to the chat, I am now going to do what I want, which is shorter videos. That way I won't be reading nothing but magic books for the next 6 months. I want to finish this book, which is awesome. Have you read this, Larry?
I have not. Is it good?
Are you into Red Sonja at all?
I am, yes.
This book is great. I'm not done with it, about just under halfway done with it. Gail Simone writes the greatest Red Sonja. I love Red Sonja. I have a boss statue of her, one of the few sideshow ones that I saved. Gail Simone just writes such a great Red Sonja, and the art is really, 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 really good. Who's the artist here? Are there multiple artists? Yeah, there are multiple artists, but it's solid the whole way through.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good. I like Dynamite stuff. I like the Vampirilla, the Deja Thoris, Red Sonja, that kind of stuff. I mean, you've been on YouTube for a while. It makes sense if you have certain phrases you repeat, which is fine. Like, hey-o.
Yeah.
Doing a really long project reading. I'm doing a really long project reading something, and it is grueling at times, but it's going to be great. Oh, okay. This is interesting. I know some Red Sonja fans don't love Simone's run because they think she acts out of character, but I love it so much. This is something that we talked about on Fangirls today. Whoever just joined, James is the man of the moment, because I was on Fangirls with Bar and Jessica and Maddie, and on Blue Sky, I sent out a link, but James, what's the word? Tagged the creators, Melissa Marr and Jen St. Ong, and they were in the chat with us. And so we started, which was amazing. James is just, I'd say boss all the time. This book, yeah, thank you, James. Oof, that was fast. Yeah, the creators were in it, the chat, and it was awesome. James, you did a great job. So what was my point? Oh, how to make it fresh and interesting, but staying true to the character. Because Ivy is in this book too. So, but I, to this point about, that's the thing, Doc. You and I love it. It's got just the right amount of humor. It's got a ton of action in it. She says, I fight, I drink, I bed. So that's Red Sonja. She fights, she gets it on, and she drinks a ton. That's what makes her great. Sorry, Jeff. So I'm glad you love it too. Yeah, it was awesome. They answered a lot of questions we had, and they were very nice, and they really came through with a lot of questions we had. Jean Remy, I always wanted to get into Red Sonja and Vampirella, but never knew where to start. That would be a great video for me to do. Where to start with Red Sonja and Vampirella, because I have so much. I will do that, and I'm going to, let me write your name down right now. Am I saying it right? Jean Remy. Red Sonja, Vampirella, and I'll throw in Deja Thoris too. Where to start on all them? DT. Good idea. I will definitely do that. Well, we all loved the book. I can see what you mean about that. And we did criticize one thing, and they explained why it was. The only criticism we generally had with this was that the ending felt a little. We wish that there was more. That there was like 5 or 10 more pages. First of all, this book is great. It's a young adult book, but it's a great Harley and Ivy book. We really enjoyed it, but all 4 of us felt like it could use a little bit more at the end. And Melissa Marr said I had to cut it because the page constraint was 180 pages. Yeah, and so it had to be cut shorter than she intended. She would have liked to have gone on 5 or 10 pages. And so that was actually good to have her in there to explain that. We really loved that book, and I highly recommend it to everyone out there. Oh, she is. Well, I'll have to follow her back. Thank you, James. Pretty close to, am I saying Remy right? Remy. Okay, I'll cross off the Jean and just Remy. Admittedly, I barely can speak the English language, so anybody that has anything differently is I'm gonna butcher. That's really cool. How do you know that? Did she say that? Or can you tell who she's following? You go to her little
I think
profile?
Yeah, I think unless they hide it, I think by default you can see who you go in their profile and look.
Well, yeah, people complain that I don't follow them back, and I'm like, okay, well, wait. And I'm looking for like who to follow, like on Instagram, like I can follow somebody, but apparently you just hit the person's name and follow them back, which I didn't know.
I think you can do it. You can go in who you're following, and if you're not following them, you can follow them back right there.
Yeah, when they follow you,
if they're following you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wait. Let's see. Let me see if I got.
And that was a hint, Jess. That was a hint, Jess. So.
Oh, you want me to follow you? Are you following me?
Yes.
Okay.
I only made an account a couple days ago, though, so
Sign. Why are you making me sign in? Don't. What the hell? I don't know what my password. Okay. What's
you
happening
got to
here?
tell it to remember, right?
Okay, let's see. There's David Nakayama, who's amazing. I'm definitely following him. Follow 7 accounts. Blue Sky is better with friends. Okay, well, how do I do it? Stupid thing.
Go to who's following you. Go to your followers.
Okay. Oh, Madeline's following me. That's nice of her. Who's that person?
You should have a button right there.
What's that?
You should have buttons right there to follow back. Yeah.
Follow back. I am now following Wonder Maddie. Everybody just follow. Just hang on while I follow everybody that's ever followed me. Okay, Bar. Am I following? No. Okay, I'm following back. Okay. There's Hayden. I'll follow Hayden. But I don't see where's Melissa Marr. Oh, Melissa Marr. She is following me. I'll follow you back. Nice. She's got a sharp hat in that picture. Nice. Okay. I now I know how to follow back. Wait, where's Larry's library? Are you sure you followed me?
I think I follow both your accounts. Pretty sure.
You can forget the other one. I gotta kill that one. That was one I made 2 years ago just to get my name in there.
You don't see it?
Let's see. Wait. Well, when did you do it? Wait, is it your real name or is it
Larry? It's Larry's library.
Okay. I'll figure it out. Notifications. Melissa Marr followed you. I'm following James Keaton, Jake Remsco, Crushing Comics. Ooh, I should follow him back. Follow back.
I'll check. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Let me look. Yeah, I'm following you.
You okay? I'll figure it out and follow you back.
Okay.
Here's Larry's library. B-Sky Social. Oh, Joey, this is a question I love. Hey, Jess, I want to get my sister Jessica. Oh, so many Jesses into comics. Which Harley run or female character run do you suggest? I have not read many female characters to know. She's the mother of 4 kids, 35 years old. This is hard to know. Is she interested? Is she interested in comics at all? The run that got me into it was the New 52 run, which was Palmiotti and Connors. But also a good one is the Carl Kessel run. Half of the Gotham City Sirens, the first Paul Dini part is good. Harleen. Well, Harleen, I feel like you kind of have to have a background in knowing who Harley is, because that's the greatest Harley book. Somebody just followed me. Anansi has followed me. Anansi, are you out there? Thank you for following me. This might be a good one. It's a young adult book, but I am pretty much. Oh, Mad Love. Well, that's true. I disagree with this, A-, but welcome to the show anyway. Yeah, that's a good answer for Joey. Mad Love. That's her origin and stuff. Thank you. Thank you. That's you. Anansi. Okay. I'll follow you back. Okay. So yeah. If she likes Mad Love, then get back to me and then we can start exploring more books. Mad Love's a good first start. Yeah, I agree with this. I don't necessarily agree with that, but peace and love, all opinions are appreciated here as long as there's no hate involved. But okay, anyway, I really love this. And thank you, James. Now that Melissa Marr is following me, that's boss. and I loved Gail Simone's Red Sonja. I read a ton of magic books, which I put up my video earlier in this week. Oh, yeah. The Current Birds of Prey with Kelly Thompson. I think Harley's just in the first 6. Oh, I happen to have that book right here. This one, Harley's only in the first 6 issues. Kelly Thompson is killing it on this book. This is a great book. Kelly Thompson knows how to write really well, and she does a great job on Birds of Prey. And this was the Target exclusive, and it comes with an awesome David Nakayama fold out. I already bought both of these comics, but it's still cool to have. It's really good. It's a really, really good book. Even though I guess we've moved on from Dawn of DC into, or maybe we're still doing Dawn of DC. Okay, good. I hope we helped. Yeah, get back to me on Mad Love. Those guys are right. Mostly right. Doc Elevator's right. So let's talk about subgenre. My first question to you, I will pull up the slides. First of all, this cycle, I think you might dig this book. Yeah, that's the latest initiative, but they're continuing the current run. It's like they have 2 parallel runs, like 2 parallel worlds. There's the absolute world, and then there's the regular world where like Nightwing and Batman and stuff will continue. Did I get that right? Cycle, I think you dig this book subgenre, unless you hate Matt Kint, which for some reason you probably do. Because this book is super meta. I thought it was great. Oops, spoiler alert. Yeah. I thought it was great. Let me pull up some slides and let's just run through this because it's pretty darn interesting. It's drawn.
I got thoughts about this cover.
Okay, go.
At first glance, I don't really like it. It's very Picasso, but after reading the book, it serves the story really, really well. So,
yeah, it's about a guy in the future who's a private investigator, and I will show that. I'm assuming we'll see slides like that.
Yeah, these are in they're in page order. So,
okay, good.
I mean, I skip around, but they're in page order. So,
yeah. So it's about but then he has blackouts where he's like a warrior back in kind of Conan times, and he rides giant cicadas and stuff, and then he slips back in to this future self. But
and he seems to not be aware of it at all at first.
And it's so much more than that, because basically it's saying that stories that are created become real. Is that what you got out of it?
It is, but the way I understood it, it was only for certain people. It wasn't for everyone. Isn't that kind of the impression you got?
Well, I feel like
it's not really. I'm not really sure about that one, but
it feels like it's Matt Kint's his autobiography, because he references almost all of his works in here. This is
I guess that's sort of true.
This is the future. He's got a little AI hologram that looks out for him.
I think her name is Ray. Yeah, Ray.
Okay, and the artwork by Wilfredo Torres is really, really good.
And he's one of those kind of artists that I didn't get at first. I thought, when I first just flipping through the book before I read it, I thought, well, this art's okay, and it seemed simplistic, but it's so much more than simplistic. Once you really read the thing, it grows on you, and you sort of, for me, I have to figure out what an artist is doing sometimes, and I'm a huge fan now after having read this. After I got about 20% in, I was like, I love this art. But
Yeah.
and
so
I see little I see little bits of Steve Ditko here and there, maybe a little bit of Joe Kubert.
Oh, okay. You're gonna love this
Yeah.
book then, Cycle. This is your kind of book. Wait, he's investigating a crime there, and these pink guys with the blue heads show up a lot in this book. He visits he visits the woman whose name the corporation that he just visit. Good heavens! Let me go back. He's visiting a corporation that the corporation owns all entertainment forms of media.
Or at least a lot of it. The biggest share of it, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's called to the scene of the crime.
Something,
it's like it's cosmic.
Something cosmics. Yeah. Cosmics.
And so he visits the scene of the crime where these dead guys are, and they give her this woman's name. He visits her house. She gives him the rundown on what she had against them. And that is that she fell in love head over heels with an AI written story. And once she found out it was an AI written story, she was repulsed by that AI.
Yeah. And they didn't disclose that it was AI written. They made it off to be a real person.
Right.
And that's what she was so pissed off about, I think. Yeah.
And so this is when he slips into his past as a kind of a Conan the Barbarian thing, and he has a small fairy assistant there back then.
Yeah, I like how Ray has a counterpart here too.
Yeah, it's really well done.
Yeah.
Here he is again after he slaughtered a bunch of these cicada bugs, and it turns out all you have to do is ask them, and they'll give you a ride. And
did you notice? Did you recognize the sword at all?
No. What's the significance?
Well, I don't know that he meant it. It may have just been he used the reference, because there's an abundance of photographs from Lord of the Rings, but Aragorn's sword, and Durrell, it has the same hilt design and the same pommel.
Oh, good pickup. Because this is
I don't know that he meant for us to know this, but I liked it.
I think that's an Easter egg you picked up that I missed. Okay, so this is her counterpart back then trying to help him, and he's and then we have the
look at the art. What do you think of the art of this last panel on the bottom right?
I think it's awesome.
Is that awesome? Yeah, it's just incredible. It's so well done. And the art is at times it looks simplistic, and other times it looks very complex, as you can see on this page.
Yeah, I think it's. Yep. I think you're right that it looks simple, but I think it really isn't. It really is complex art that he just makes look simple.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, and so and this is when we get into the part of when they're explaining about the stories about how
and all the layers and
how King Arthur has so many different stories. Origin stories, like the Welsh. He was originally from the Welsh, and
you can't trace it back to any one culture. It's actually 3 or 4 kind of woven together.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't want to give too much away, as far as the spoilers. So
I didn't
scan any beyond that point.
That's good. But it gets really meta as far as it starts referencing a lot of Matt Kint's own work and how stories create their own universes, and these guys are out to stop this one particular guy from creating another universe because then certain universes.
They're like sort of they're sort of abandoned and they're orphaned when he hops away. When he starts another one, right? That's the impression I got.
Yeah, or they get destroyed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. When they're orphaned, bad things happen because now the hero is gone. If he was a hero, I really love this. It's so deep, so many levels to it. I almost feel like, I mean, it sounds stupid. I almost feel like this was written for me, you know, because it has all the elements of things that I love, right? It's got the pulp detective. It has the sword and sorcery. It has the multiverse, and it touches on sort of a kind of a quantum physics theory. I mean, all of that is going on, and just into this wonderful stew, you know, that just speaks to me. I love it.
I don't think it's stupid to say that. I think that's a sign of a good book when you're like, oh, this is exactly my kind of jam. That means that means it's a really good book, because I love those things too. And it's kind of a mashup of all kinds of genres, and
I'm happy with the ending, even though it's not I won't give it away. We definitely don't want to give that ending away.
We were both
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, we were both happy with the ending. I was too.
Yeah, I feel like this is complete. You know, this is
yeah, it really is. This was awesome. We highly recommend.
The format's perfect. I like the wide magazine size. You know, it's taller than an omnibus, but it's wider also. You know, it's get this.
Yeah, you don't. And Lars, to your point, half of mind management and ether. I love both of those. You don't have to know his whole catalog of what he's written. He is once you see what he references.
I haven't read those either, you know, so I didn't pick up on those references. I mean, I knew they were stories, but I didn't necessarily know they were Matt Kent stories, and it still worked for me really well, you know.
And once you see all the stuff referenced, you realize how really prolific he's been. Because he references Grass Kings and stuff too, besides mind management. And
I don't think he's that old, is he? He's not old.
I don't think so. I saw him at Baltimore Con with Jeff Lemire in 2019. I would say they were early 40s. It seemed to me. I would guess they could be late 30s. I don't know. But yeah, you don't have
a little bit of Blade Runner here too, I think, which is another thing I love. You know. So, yeah.
It has many layers, and I think that it's a book that we will both benefit reading again and again. I bet we pick up on more and more stuff.
I would love to read this again, and I will, I'm sure. I liked how that one character that he meets, she says that novel she read, she said she read it on in print because she didn't care to read digitally.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I like that. And her house is just full of books, which kind of reminded me a little bit of Fahrenheit 451, especially the old Francois Truffaut film version.
Yeah.
You know, the old lady at the beginning burns herself up in the house that's just full of books.
Yeah.
And she won't let them take her, so she just sets herself on fire. I don't know. It just sort of reminded me of that. Very meta, very well done. And this is for a book lover. It's for a genre book lover, especially, right?
Yeah, because it mashes together all kinds of genres.
Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
Here's Marcelo. Welcome. Marcelo, what time is it where you are? You are in, I don't know where. I don't want to dox you in Mexico. That you can just I know that you are actually you were the one that dropped the funny line in my Discord about, was this book signed? That was the whole debacle. It is not signed. That was the whole debacle with this book during the pandemic, is everybody was supposed to be getting signed copies of these, and they shipped them out unsigned. So that was a whole debacle, and Marcelo referenced it in my Discord.
I'd like to have this signed, you know?
Yeah.
That would be great.
I've read Kids with Keanu Reeves, Berserker. I'll tell you who's read that and didn't care for it. Kristen. Kristen did
Did
not
she read
care
that one?
for it.
Yeah, yeah. I think
She
you're
has
right.
thoughts. I think maybe she and Jessica, or she and Mary may have read it together, and they didn't care
That
for it.
that sounds right. That sounds right.
I haven't read it, so I actually don't know. Oh, okay? So you're an hour earlier than we are in Guadalajara. Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's what time it is for me too. So
Oh, it is okay because it's 9:09 here in frozen tundra, Virginia. Here's my Discord where we have all kinds of great conversations.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was actually a lot better than I thought it would be, and I thought it would be decent, but it was so much deeper than the surface level would make you think. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah.
about quarter of the way in here, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so much more story and character than I imagined it would be.
Yeah. And I've read, he is very prolific, but I've read a few of his things now. I have a special section for Jeff Lemire, and I think I'm going to have to start a special section for Matt Kint because I have Grass Kings and Super Spy and the book, Mind Management, and then the follow-up. Oh, just when he had his blog. That's when I met Riley also. Was that like 2014, Harvey? And Gary's saying Kint did some good work at Valiant. Yeah, I'm glad those Valiant books are getting a reprint. A lot of them. Alien Books is doing a good job putting those back out in print.
I have a
And
question
I love
the chat might be
Ether.
able to. Sorry, I have a question the chat might be able to answer. I'm trying to figure out how to shelve my Birthright book. So Birthright is Skybound, but is this a creator-owned book or is it a Skybound-owned book? I mean, I tried looking at the copyright in there and it was a little confusing, so I'm not sure. Because I have a different shelf for stuff that's creator-owned versus stuff that's company-owned.
Oh, okay. So you have a creator-owned shelf. Who else is on your
shelves? Multiple shelves, but yeah,
multiple shelves.
Well, I've got a ton of Jeff Lemire, and I mean that's a huge section of it. Kirkman, of course. I mean, there's a lot there, but then there's some that are sort of iffy, like this one. So I'm not sure where to put it.
Birthright.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be Skybound owned, but I don't know for sure.
Skybound is
Kirkman's imprint,
right? But oh yeah,
somebody will know that.
They reference Revolver in this book. Vertigo. Two Women I haven't read. I don't think I own that one. You really loved it though. Okay, Lars. And Revolver from Vertigo. I have that.
I haven't read either of those. I did see it referenced, but I had no connection to it.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. I can do a live unboxing if anybody's interested. Is anybody interested in a live small unboxing? Sure you are. Because I've forgotten what I've purchased. It's actually pretty small. It's not from my kind of sponsor. Oh, Javier loves your shirt. Shirt, Cloak and Dagger, one of my favorite characters from the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. Yes, live unboxings are awesome. Okay, good. Here's your answer. Skyboned is not creator-owned unless you consider it a Kirkman joint.
Yeah, I wouldn't, since he didn't write it. I'm not going to put it there. I would.
Yeah, Image and Skybound, I think, are two different things.
Well, it is Image, but Skybound is a sub-imprint within Image.
So maybe Birthright was a pretty sweeping epic of a story. I mean, I have 10 trades of it.
Yeah, it's 50 issues.
Maybe he wasn't in a position where he could take the chance.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess I need to put it down there with my DC and other, because I know that boggles your mind because you have so much DC, but I have way more Marvel than I do DC.
Mhm.
So my DC can fit on a shelf with like my other company-owned books. So, and when I say shelf, it's not one shelf. It stretches away.
Multiple shelves. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
interesting. Everybody organizes things differently. Harvey, everything by creator. It's the only way. That is so not the only way. It's the only way for you.
The reason that can't work, I'd give you the perfect example, is my Walking Dead section. All of the Walking Dead is written by Kirkman except one book.
Oh, so you have to put it somewhere else?
If I went by his way, I would. But because Kirkman owns the property, he let, trying to think of the writer's name. Should be right in front of me here.
I organize mine by vibes, which is very much not practical at all.
Walking Dead: The Alien, which was written by Brian K. Vaughan. But it's set in the Walking Dead universe. And it's the only Walking Dead that's not by Kirkman. So if I went by his way, I'd have to put that book somewhere else, not with The Walking Dead.
It's not Clementine by Tilly Walden. I would probably put that with all my Tilly Walden books. I don't have it yet.
You see, I don't have that either. If I do, I'm going to put it with The Walking Dead because it's part of that universe. But
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do need some flexibility. I know I need.
You're right. Absolutely.
No, that would drive me nuts. I do have some like I have Jeff Lemire by himself. All the Greg Rucka I can find is by itself. All the Brubaker stuff is by itself. All the Remender stuff is by itself. And by itself, it's shelved. It's all in the other room.
It's all together. Right.
Yeah. And that's where all my DC stuff is. But here's where I run into problems with my DC stuff. Kalax's, I have, well, this is a Billy, this is a Billy shelf. Excuse me. But all my DC Omnis fit on this Billy shelf behind me. So that works. And my Kalax, all my Marvel Omnis fit on that. And then I've got a place for all my Marvel trades in here and absolutes. But in the other room, I've got all these Billy shelves that are different heights. So it goes like Batman up here, and then Batman over there. And so I can't. Yeah, I have to memorize where everything is.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is a question for you. Is Larry collecting the Walking Dead Deluxe color comics?
I'm holding out for the collected editions, I guess. But
okay, I am because I sent Kirkman 2 angry letters complaining that it was black and white back in the day, both unpublished. Actually,
I'm really looking forward to them because I do prefer color. Like 98% of the time, I prefer color, and I think that The Walking Dead in particular will really benefit from it. So I think he's right, because one thing I noticed when I was first reading The Walking Dead is, especially in that first maybe 2 or 3 arcs, there's so many characters on panel at once sometimes, and they're not superheroes, right? So they're not wearing unique outfits or anything, and it's often hard to figure out who are they talking about there until they do a close-up. And that's one of the things that color comics do well, is differentiate characters,
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I think that can really help. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Harvey, you're doing things your way, and I get it.
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, my Superman books are all very organized. My Batman books are not. I know where they all are, but see, just Super Laugh Hard was saying earlier in the show that he sent me Officer Down, and I was like, wait, I have Officer Down, and it's in the random older stuff, trade paperbacks I have. But I agree with you, Brian. 12-ish bill uniformity is key, but all the books I have, very large books, and then I have digest size books. So I've got a couple of shelves for digest size, and then I've got some really big books.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to make exceptions where they just won't fit. I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would love it if my Billies were uniform, but they just aren't. And so it's a, and I tried to, this room, everything is by format. My Marvel OHCs are here. DC Omni's here. Harley has her own shelf. And as I said, I have Marvel OHCs. I have the Ultimate Universe in front of me. Marvel OHCs, Marvel Thick Collections, Marvel Trades, DC Archives, and Absolutes. This was the only room I could do by format, which I would love to have done everything by format. But in the other room, the Billies throw it just completely crazy.
In this room, I have this wall here is a built-in that me and my father-in-law built, and it's, let's see, 6 levels, and every level except the top level will hold an absolute or even a gallery. So they're pretty. The very, very top level is all paperback size, paperback novel. So it's very short. It's like, like that.
Do you have to have a sliding ladder to get to the top?
I have a folding, a step stool that I use.
That'd be awesome.
And I really need to get at them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A sliding ladder would be cool.
Sharif is with you. I'm waiting for the colored collection edition, hopefully as a hardcover compendium.
I like the size that the deluxes are in, but yeah, it would be nice to have a fatter one too. So.
And here is one of my great viewers, Jewish Dragons. Wow, you are so generous. Since you like the subgenre book so much, can I send you a copy of issue 1 signed by Kint? I picked up a couple of copies this afternoon. Hell yes.
I would treasure that forever and never sell it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Thank you, Jewish Dragons. You already have my address. He's completely legit. Very generous guy. Actually, all my viewers are generous. Cycle sent me food time after time, and it's amazing. And comics. He sent me a huge thing of comics. Cycle did. But Jewish Dragons, thank you. That's very nice of you. I can.
Jess, if you want to pass, hold on 1 second. Got that old man cough. If you want to pass him my mailing address, I can.
Yeah, sure. You can send it to me.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
That's great. Thank you, Jewish Dragons. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you very much.
Back to Super Laughard. They said it would never be released in a collection in a collected edition before its release. The tune has changed, and now they say no immediate plans, which makes me shake my fist at the clouds.
Yes.
And
that's
Hacker,
right?
Yeah, Hacker Arcade. This is important. Always be curating. I am always selling, always pulling stuff out. I'm being honest with myself. I'm not going to get to this. I just now am realizing, as much as I want to read Sigil and Mystic, I'm never going to get to them. I'm going to give those books away in a giveaway. And Very Fine Condition talked me into keeping Marvel or Genis Vell something. He said there was a great story in it.
Peter David, you're talking about?
Yeah, peace and love, but I'm never going to get to that. I'm going to have to give that one away too.
I like Peter David a lot, but I wouldn't get to it either. There's just so much material,
Yeah.
I've read a little bit of that was contained in a couple of the Hulk omnis, I think. So I got a little taste of it. And it was fine. But Chris Cross really is not my favorite artist. I mean, he's fine, I guess, but I think he does most of that.
Of Genis Vell?
I think so. If it's
Marvel, Genis Vell. Yeah, just thinking about it confuses me and hurts my head. In reality,
I know a lot of people love it, but
is stacks of completely unorganized comics 2 to 3 feet high. If you don't have comic books on your floor, if you don't have floor stacks, are you really a collector? You are a man after my own heart, Harvey. I have a nice pile started right over there that I'm dealing with.
Well, see, I was lucky enough to build this room just for my books, right? And I even built a lot of the furniture that's holding them, like these stands back here behind me.
Oh,
So
wow.
I have so there's levels underneath. The top is mostly singles, but then there's levels underneath which I have most of my unread omnis lined up, and it goes so like this unit is 2 units, and then there's another one there, and there's another one on the other wall. So there's quite a few of these. So right now I don't have to have any books on the floor. I mean, not technically; they're on a shelf that's on the floor, but
Well, yeah, mine
yeah.
mine are on the floor because they just haven't been filed away yet. I do have room for
Mhm.
them, but some weird part of me likes having books on the floor. I don't know why, but I like having books on the floor.
I
I
think
do
you
have,
like them to surround you. It just feels good if they're surrounding you. Maybe is that?
yeah, maybe that's it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
I mean, I
weird
like coming in
anyway.
here. I mean, I like being in this room. The smell is just overwhelming because it's all paper book print is what you smell when you come in here, and
Oh yeah.
it's intoxicating.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I love that smell. I
Yeah.
agree 100%. Um, Hacker asks, what percentage of books would you all say you buy that you haven't read yet? I have read approximately, and this has been a constant since people started asking me this back in 2017. 25% of my collection I have read. So that means 75% of my collection has not been read. And yet I still buy books. If I
I would say I'm
stop,
closer to 50-50, I think.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Who,
I mean, I'd have
who,
to look at my database and for sure, but I'd say it's close to that.
oh, you know Dom, right? Dom of X?
I've seen him. I don't think
Yeah.
I haven't met him,
I
but yeah.
I believe he has read everything he owns. He is a very
Wow.
fast reader. He's very smart and a very fast reader. I think he has read everything he owns. My insanity is that if I stopped right now, give me 20 more years of life, and
Yeah. That's what I
I
hate.
wouldn't be able to
Is
finish it.
we may not have enough time. That's what I hate.
Yeah,
Well,
but
hold on,
then
I'll give you my total. I got
Har
my app
oh,
here.
okay. Your percentage?
Yeah, no, I can't do that here, but I can tell you my total books.
Oh,
Um,
see, I would never want to know that figure. No. I will say while you're figuring that out, Harlan Ellison. I read a Harlan Ellison quote the other day where somebody said, "Have you read all the books in your library?" And he said words to the effect of,
I
"Why would
think
I
I
want
seen
to
that.
own a library full of books I've already read?" That sounds
Yeah,
so uninteresting to me.
I think I just read that the other day too.
I wonder. Oh, okay. I wonder where that was. If we both read it at the same
Maybe
time,
Instagram.
maybe. Yeah. Imagine every different format thrown
Uh,
together in stacks completely at random. Is that what your floor stacks
okay,
are?
this is 3,221, and it's calling them comics, but it's counting it's counting an Omni as a comic.
Sure.
So 3,221. So that's all my singles, all my hardcovers, all my trades, all my omnibuses. And it's not
Trades.
counting
I didn't
my.
think you bought trades.
Well, I don't, but I have some from before. uh, but this is not counting all my prose books, my paperback novels. So if
Holy
you counted
smoke.
those, it would probably be more like 4,000. But
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh, Super Laughhard has a question for you. Super Laughhard, another generous guy. The $1,000,000 question: would Larry be annoyed, or would he appreciate me sending him a few hundred copies of 2000 AD for the full Slanye run with loads of bonus other stories?
That is super uh, generous, but I don't know that I'd ever get to it. That's a big commitment.
It's
Yeah, I
very
mean, if you
kind
want to
of you.
send me a couple samplers, that would be awesome. But I mean, yeah, it's super generous offer though.
He
Yeah,
appreciates it, but he's not
I
annoyed
do.
by it.
No, not
So
annoyed.
it's somewhere in the middle. He appreciates it, but he doesn't think he'd be able to get
But
to it.
I know I would never get to it. Yeah.
Awesome, Jewish Dragons. Thank you. Saturday night giveaway. No time like the present. All right. Wait, let me do this unboxing and then I will do a giveaway. Oh, here's the comic book report. What up, buddy? Comic book report is going to be, when are you going to be on the show, comic book report? I think we've got you in, Smothery Lion just followed me on Blue Sky. Comic book report is going to be on, I don't think December. Did we pick January? January? Yeah. January 11th, comic book report will be on Baturdays. So this is a good question. What is your most anticipated release in 2025? 2025. My most anticipated release.
Yeah, I don't have my FOMO sheet in here. It's on the big computer in the other room. Otherwise, I could tell you exactly.
Okay, we'll get back to that comic book report. Sasmurf, I mentioned about Genisville. It's the second series, which is the second half of the Omni that is worth reading. I was just getting ready to give it away. Here's my Discord. Thank you, James. Easier way to get to them, start reading them today.
Okay, I'm going to let me mute this so I don't have the mic throughout the house. I'll go peek that file real quick and I'll come right back.
Yeah, and I have an unboxing to do, and I'm happy to do a giveaway. That's a good idea. When I interviewed Mark Waid, when the minister and I interviewed Mark Waid, that was when he lived in either Indiana or Illinois, and the house across the street from, he lives in LA now, or Southern California somewhere. But he bought the house across the street for $10,000 back in the 80s, maybe. And that's where he stored all his collection. But when you move to California, prices go way up. And that's, he lives somewhere in California. And I don't think that's true anymore. But it is awesome. Jess, you've been trying to give that book, Marvel Gen book, away for a while. It seems like a book that whoever gets it won't get to it either. If you don't have that already, probably don't want to get it. Wait, Marvel Gen. Oh, is that the Mystic and Sigil books? Is that what we're talking about? Those are the Gen. Wait, what are they? I don't want to leave because then both the screens are going to be gone. I recently sorted my 2000 AD collection. I realized that I had a few decades 4 times. Lance, I have to be careful with the DC Finest. I had meant to only start with 2 lines, but I bought 5 so far. Those are really nice books, Lance. I get it. Those are nicely priced, and they've got great stuff. Oh,
printed it out old school.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's new school compared to me. I write mine down by hand.
Okay. Let's see here. Marvel Fanfare Omnibus Volume 1. That should be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 6 is next year. And that's pretty seminal for me because that gets me into the FF issues that were on the stands when I started reading comics. So
right.
So that's a big one for me. Marvel 2-in-1 Omnibus Volume 1. So you get all that thing stuff.
I like the sound of, those are fun.
Yeah, that's next year. Darkroom Book 2 is next year.
Darkroom, so good.
Yep. And there's a Lord of the Flies graphic novel that is already out in everywhere but the US.
That's by the creator of Days of Sand.
Yes, Amy DeYoung or something like that. I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
Right.
So that should get a US release any second, I'm thinking. But it might be next year. And then
Um,
Mike Grell's Warlord is supposed to be next year also.
oh yeah, I know you wanted that
omnibus.
forever.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. If I have to just pick one, maybe that FF Volume 6. That really is something I'm looking forward to.
I know I'm looking forward to the Superman Warworld Saga omnibus because I read it in trade and the Superman and the Authority book, and I really loved that. I'm trying to get collected or comic releases to load on my other page, but it's just not loading. Oh, I lied. It is loading now. Okay, where are we in? Come to me, January. Oh, they started doing trade paperbacks, so it's huge now. No wonder. Okay. DC Finest, Birds of Prey. No, oh, what? That's going to be a trade now? I hate DC. They
Let you down.
Come on. Oh, the first one was in hardcover. Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. That'll be fun. Death Vigil. I already have that. This is just January. Oh my gosh. This goes on forever now with trade paperbacks in it.
That second Silver Surfer Omni, that's next year. Where we get into the John Byrne stuff and probably the Marshall Rogers and the Ron Lim and I'm not sure how much is going to get packed in there, but it's going to be a lot of good stuff.
I am thinking about upgrading to Secret Wars Battle World Omnibus. I have all the Battle World and War Zones books. You could convince me to get that in oversized. That was a significant investment on my part. That was one of my earliest videos when I did like a 3-parter on Battle World and War Zones because I really loved Secret Wars. I'm still in January. Absolute.
Well, I guess I'm lucky that everything fits on one page, though. So I've made progress with.
Yeah. Okay. Dark Web Omnibus. Am I going to be forced to buy that? No. No, nobody liked that. Geiger. No, that's trade paperback. That doesn't make sense.
Did you pick up Junkyard Joe yet? I didn't.
I ordered it.
Okay.
I don't think it's in this box.
I haven't. I haven't ordered it yet, but my wife and Kristen wanted a wish list from me, so I put that on there. So.
Oh, for Christmas?
Yeah. So if they don't buy it, I'll have to buy it after Christmas. So.
Well, see, this is what I do. I buy it myself and then just hand it to my wife or daughter and say, give this to me for Christmas.
I see.
That way I know I'm getting what I want.
Well, there's so much stuff I want and that I missed, when it came out, especially with non-omnis, that I can give them a big, long list. And and then I don't know what they're getting me, so.
Is the unboxing table in that room, Larry?
It's not. It's in the back. It's actually Kristen's old room.
Oh, turn that into an unboxing room.
It's one half of Kristen's old room, which eventually that's going to become like a room for Quinn.
Oh,
when she, because there's a twin bed in there, I think. So we'll fix it up to where she can sleep there, and I think I'm still going to keep that one wall with my unboxing table. So I'll have to clean up a lot more frequently than I do now. I just kind of toss the boxes both ways, and it's piled up on the floor, all the empty boxes, and so I'll have to be better about that. But
yeah, Lance is currently at 30% read, 70% unread, but I've gotten much better at curating my collection. Excellent. Helps that I no longer buy omnis. I wasn't aware of this. Marcelo says, and yet Larry is the one who gets subs from hate watchers who tell him he will never read the books he buys. Do you get people that say that to you?
I think what he's referred to is, I'm pretty sure it was one guy, but he was very prolific and he just really, he hung in there for a long time. He would watch my unboxings and just in a really sort of hateful way, he would say like, "Well, more books you're not going to read," and yeah, and I think he finally gave up though.
Good.
He stayed with me for 3 or 4 videos in a row, and then I haven't heard from him since. So,
Oh, brother, for
it's
some
weird that
reason,
people would get joy from that, isn't it? That they would
yeah.
hate watch and
What?
yeah.
How does anyone derive pleasure? I would never think somebody, when I did my most recent unboxing, which maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago, the comment's not there now. I didn't respond to it, but I noticed the comment wasn't there anymore. Somebody said he will get pennies on the dollar for those books. And I'm like, what kind of comment is that? I just got these books. I want to read these books. What do you mean pennies for the dollar?
I think it is. I think it's because unfortunately, in my mind, a big part of comic book YouTube is flippers. Is these investment people that are very mercenary about their purchases. And they have big sub counts and big followings.
But for collected editions, I couldn't flip.
Yeah, even for that, some. I mean, less. Mostly it's singles and slabs and things. But yeah, I think there's probably some bleed over, and this guy probably thought he was one of those guys. I don't know.
Huh. Hey, Pity Moz here. Welcome. Awesome to see you. And she has a question for Super Laugh Hard, which is a good question. Justin Larry from Sasmer, to your point, I recently put all my Omnis into a spreadsheet. Oh my God, you're such a good person, Sasmer. And I have over 200 Omnis. I currently read about one a month, so it'll be another 16 years or so if I don't buy anymore. I feel better. I used to be a notorious floor stacker. Then I made a rule to not have anything on the floor, which meant getting rid of a lot of books. That's probably really healthy, Lance.
Yeah, and I did recently. I had told my wife before that I was never going to run out of room, that this was going to contain my collection. And, and I don't think I'm a liar yet, but I am going to have to build another one of these stands. But I have a place to put it, fortunately. So I think I'm still good on that promise,
Well,
but I have decided that my unread shelves, these lower shelves down here, I am going to cap it though. So, if I ever get to the point where they won't fit in there, then I'm just going to have to stop buying, I mean,
well,
I think I'm doing pretty good about keeping it under that though. So
the thing about the Kalax is you can double stack them. And so there's a ton of stuff double stacked in that Marvel that's not Marvel, that's double stacked behind that I am going to start curating. I'm going to sell it pennies on the dollar. I'm just going to get what I can. If I have to take it second on Charles or sell it on eBay, there's a bunch of books that I have double stacked there that I just didn't have time to curate in the other house. I just had to pack it up and we moved it here, but I'm easily going to be selling books for the next 2 years. Easily.
Marcelo's got one for me at 42 there.
Oh, 42. I'm way behind.
Okay. I can wait.
Okay. I've been rereading comics that I bought 40 years ago and could not remember any of the stories. So that could be a way of saving money. Oh, I could. Yeah.
For sure.
I could be rereading books for sure.
Well, what gets me is the FOMO gets me that, like what I got on this list here. I know it's going to be years before I can get to this Marvel 2-in-1 Omnibus Volume 1, which is why I feel like I need to buy it, because if I feel like if I get to it 5 years from now, will I be able to purchase it 5 years from now?
If it goes out of print.
Right. Maybe not. And thus the problem.
Yes, I'm with you. I understand that.
Yeah.
Ultimate Wolverine is my most anticipated release. That's good. Oh, Batmanda's here. Hey, Batmanda. I'm going to try really hard to read 100 books next year. I need to read more of my collection. Smothery Lion, who just followed me on Blue Sky, it's Peter David. Why would you give away Peter David? Now I'm being talked back into keeping Jenna's Vel. Yes, I'm aware of what you guys are talking
But you know,
about.
if you tried to read all Peter David, you would just have to not read anything else for the rest of your life, Jess, and probably mine too. He's that prolific.
Yeah, he is pretty prolific.
Yeah.
Cage knows somebody that stores his CDs and comics in a big warehouse. Whoa. Okay, now they're talking back and forth to each other. Okay, that's fine. Brian 12ish, I absolutely love the 2-in-1 stuff. I have a fondness in my heart for it too. I really hope the whole 100 issues plus annuals eventually get the Omni treatment. Captain Marvel, Genisville. Sorry, I had to look it up because I never read those books. Oh, okay. Okay, so it wasn't the Sigil and Mystic. But I know you guys, it's supposed to be so great, but I still haven't got to there's so many other Marvel books I haven't got to yet.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's too much.
I mean, it's a first world problem, but it's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I mean by having to curate. I need to make some tough decisions here. I need to pluck out the other multiverse versions of me and get them to read my collection. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. DC Finest Science Fiction Gorilla World. Ooh.
This sounds interesting. Is this Bronze Age stuff or is this something new?
I think that's Silver Age. Gorillas were really big for DC in the Silver Age. They put it, if you had a gorilla on the cover, it sold more.
That might be some goofy fun. I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely going to be goofy and fun. Don't ask me what I think is fun. The Hellblazer Dead in America HC is coming next year too, I think, which has been excellent. Ooh, that sounds good. Which Secret Wars, Rami? The original Secret Wars, 1984 or whatever? Or the current Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars?
Yeah, and isn't there multiple crises also?
Crisis of Infinite Worlds. I lived through that. I bought all those singles and tie-ins and everything. I had a giant long box of them. I know. God bless George Perez. There's no finer human being ever lived.
Yeah,
but I had trouble with that book. I mean, there was a lot going on in it that just. I understand that it was the first Crisis book. It was the first crossover, a big summer event type thing, and I don't know if I recommend that to somebody that doesn't have a really good knowledge of what came before it, because I had knowledge of what came before it, and I still struggled. Silver Surfer 2, Fantasy Surfer 6, 2-in-1, and Hickman Secret Wars are all must-buys for me. I think you really need to like Madeline Pryor and Ben Reilly to really get into Dark Web. I miss the Marvel years where they were introduced, and so it went all over my head. I don't know a single person that had anything good to say about Dark Web. I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it. I do love Madeline Pryor. I am familiar with Ben Reilly, and I know that's heresy to many Marvel people that love the Clone Saga.
Up until the last couple of years, all I'd heard about the Clone Saga was just bad stuff. You know, people, anything I read online was just hate. You know, it was just like a dog of a story. And then the last couple of years, it's turned around, and now you have all these people that just love it. You know,
well, and it sells out for all that hate. Those books always sell out. It's very.
I've never read it, but yeah,
I haven't read it either. I'm old enough to enjoy all comics. Sometimes a bad one is hysterically amusing to me. I appreciate any artist for simply doing it. That's healthy. I know this question is for you because I don't read this. I know you do. Oh, it's addressed to you, Larry.
Okay. Do you have the next collection of Titan, the Michael Marker Library, Elric, The Balance Lost, Volume 1? I think I do. Let me look.
Wait, where are you looking? On your phone?
I'm looking on my paper here.
Oh.
That I printed out.
Oh, it's on your list. I got it.
It doesn't look like I do. I mean, I know of it. I think it's on my wish list, but I haven't put it on here yet. You know, my IST wish list. It's probably there. Now, I have read The Balance Lost in singles, but I don't have it in hardcover yet. So probably going to have to add that. So thank you. Thanks for the reminder. But
Lars sold a small part of his collection in the 90s and still regrets it. I understand that. In Stock Trades is having an awesome sale. Just ordered Junkyard Joe from Hale. Oh, and at the Mountain of Madness, the elaborately illustrated Lovecraftian manga. Am I thinking that's right? I don't read manga, so I don't know.
That is. Yeah.
Larry, do you have a bunch of books in your bedroom? Oh, you do have a bunch of books in your bedroom.
I do, and you know that is part of the deal. It's considered an annex of this room. It's a very limited space. It's the top of a dresser, and it's just like it's maybe not even 3 feet of space, and they're in order in my FIFO, my read order. So they're
FIFO,
the next ones that gets read. Yeah, so they're the next ones that gets read. Is the one that's in the bedroom. So as I make room in there, then I pull stuff from in here, take it in there. It's a whole system.
That's good. You have
it works for me. Yeah.
My biggest collecting problem is buying books of comics that I've already read and own. So unread books is and isn't my issue, pun intended. Oh, Kane's staying strong. I'm on a no book buying until I get through my current backlog. That means I'd never buy books again. Good for you, Kane.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah, that is.
Maybe Kane doesn't have the backlog that we do.
Just please see if you can sell Judge Dredd to Larry in a minute or two. Is actually
well, I'm sold on the character and I'm familiar with the.
Well, I have a video just for you. It's how to get into Judge Dredd. James, I did that.
I've read a smattering here and there.
I have all the books that you should start with. I still need to do the middle part and then the ending, the current stuff part. I love Judge Dredd, and if James is still here, I'm sure he can find that how to get into Judge Dredd or where to start with Judge Dredd video that I did. And I personally thought I did a pretty good job on selling people on Judge Dredd. Just don't stress about Genisfeld. Do what works for you. I recommend it because I don't know if Marvel's ever done a story like that before, but if you can't get to it, give it to someone who will. Well, thank you, Sazmurf. I appreciate that. BookTube. A big trend on BookTube recently is to read 100 books in your collection before you buy any new books. Good heavens. I appreciate that. I don't think that policy's for me.
Yeah, not me either.
Yeah, but I appreciate that. Oh, the original Secret Wars? Versus Crisis on Infinite Earths?
I mean, it's a little goofy, but I really like it. It's part of
Secret
my
childhood.
Wars? So, yeah.
Okay, Larry's recommending Secret Wars to you, Rami. I would not.
If you like 80s Marvel, if you like 80s Marvel, then you're gonna love it.
And if you like 80s DC, you'd like Crisis on Infinite Earths. It is a very famous and key book, and I own it. I am actively collecting, like the Ms. Tree paperbacks from Titan. I'll buy them as they come out, but otherwise I mostly abstain. DC Finest being the recent exceptions. Lance, I'm putting together the collected editions. I got the final one from Titan. They were nice enough to send it to me, and they're out of order. They were released out of order. So I've put them in reading order, and I'm going to make that video. Maybe I can make it this week. If you're into, and you should be, into Ms. I love that you're into Ms. Tree from Titan. I've read about 40 to 50% of the stories within the Omnis I own, but the percentage of the Omnis I have actually cracked open, stretched the spine, and read. Wow, that's embarrassingly low. It can't be lower than mine.
I've got quite a few down there, too. Now, I have opened them all and and stretch the spines.
Mm.
I have a system. I don't shelve them until I do that. So, yeah.
I love Madeline Pryor, but Dark Web was pretty bad. But who knows? In about 20 years, it may get a nostalgia boost. My sister enjoyed Dark Web, although much more like as a fun turn your brain off type of deal. Okay.
Mhm.
That's not bad. I get it. Larry, have to laugh about the paperless. I learned to love Excel
Yeah.
and the ability to find something quickly. Is that what
You
you were
know,
referring to?
I've had this list on my desktop machine for years. It's the first time I've ever printed out. I just I'm on a laptop in here and I don't have all those files shared. So otherwise I wouldn't have had to print it. If I was in the bedroom doing this, it would be right there. But
Here it is. There's my guy, James.
there it
Judge. It's part 1, and people have been asking me, where's part 2? And I'm like, it's coming. This was like 5 years ago I did this, or maybe I did it during the pandemic. I can't remember. But that's a good one. If you want to watch that, I tell you what, and I tell you what books to read to get into Judge Dredd. And they're actually extremely good books. Really, really good books. I do love Judge Dredd. Thank you, James. No, I know. I'm working on it. This is for you. While I will start unboxing while you read this.
Lars says there are now 17 hardcovers in the Michael Moorcock library, and the 5th Blondell Elric adaptations is due out this month. All of them must reads. I agree. I have the first Blondell. I bought it in the, I think it's 4 books box set. It was on sale at IST one day, and I bought it, and I read those, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, it's a different take on Elric for sure than what I'm used to. You know, I started with the old paperbacks back in when I was in grade school. You know, but yeah, I love it, and I do have the next set. It's on my wish list. It should be in here. Let me see.
Oh, there's the
I don't know
invoice.
why it's not on here, but it is on my IST wish list. I know it's coming. So yeah,
I
I'm going to get that.
dox myself.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah, I think I have a magic marker I keep in the unboxing room, and I
know. I don't know where mine is.
Yeah.
I usually black out my address. It must be in the other room. Ooh, here's a book I'm really excited about. Empty box. Okay.
And if you're doing that, I mean, on this, since this is only 720p, it's probably okay. But if you ever do an unboxing in 1080 or better, you want to cross out the barcode too, because someone could actually scan that on the screen.
I usually do that. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I do that.
And there's 2 different barcodes. You've got the QR code, and then you've got the regular. And I think they both do the same thing. So
okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. You wouldn't think we would have to worry about that, but
Stubborn Super Laugh is going to send you 4 books anyway, not comics.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, not comics. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. It's great.
Are you okay if I give Super Laugh Hard your address? Super Laugh Hard's also a solid citizen.
Do you still have mine from that exchange we did? You want me to send that again?
You should probably send it again. I feel like that was in an email, and it was like a year ago. Probably.
I'll just email you a new email. Yeah. Okay.
Now I can promise you, this book's getting read almost immediately. This is the second part.
Those.
Yeah.
I need to get those. Can you still get the first hardcover?
Yeah. For this one?
Yeah.
This was a 2-parter, and this is the second one. Gosh, I love this book.
Is there another Black Sat I have to get before that?
I feel like they're all standalone.
But as a completist, am I going to want another?
Oh yeah, you are. There's several books before this, and they're all great. I'm happy to run and get them. I think the Black Sad kind of omnibus that came out is out of print, but I think all the single oversized hardcovers are still in print. And
yeah, I'd like to have those.
I feel like you can read them all standalone. You would dig.
I mean, I probably, would want all of them though.
And they're good. They're super good. This is something
Yeah, I've
I
seen enough of the inside that I think I would just, if I could get all of them, I would buy all of them. So
yeah. I don't know that I've heard anybody say anything bad about Black Sad ever.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is a book that people just genuinely love for good reason.
Yeah, I want to get it.
Okay, now I have to open this so I can take out my invoice so somebody doesn't dox me. I love that word, dox. I just don't want to get doxed. Even though
I mean,
it's
I think we're okay with our audience, but you never know when some rando might, happen
Yeah.
upon our video and
sure. Oh yeah, everybody that's live in the chat now, I'm sure is fine, but yeah,
yeah.
I don't need some dude that's hating on me that gets my address. Okay, there is the. Okay. Here are the other books. Ooh, I want to read this soon. This is book 4 in Zatanna and the Ripper.
Mm.
I'm excited about this one. I accidentally bought this because it's coming out in a GD Deluxe in January that I really wanted. Why did I buy this? I should give it away right away. Oh, it's a graphic novel for young adults. Well,
Kristen
and
just
it's by
appeared.
Mark Russell, and it's awesome. I read it on DC Infinite. This is a book I'll be giving away once I get the deluxe. Oh, okay, first here's Elseworlds Batman, Volume 3. And now I feel like who told me about Something Epic? Are you in the chat? Something Epic, Volume 1 and 2? This sounded super good. Imagination is real. Let me highlight myself because it sounds super good and somebody in the chat recommended it to me. Something Epic. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that person's name. Peace and love. So wait, let me get some representative art. Okay, there. Imagination is real. Outside our perception, creative thought takes physical form with only a handful of individuals known as epics able to interact with this wondrous hidden world. But for 14-year-old,
I like that art.
Good. 14-year-old Danny Dillon, accepting these responsibilities himself won't be easy or safe. Lose yourself in a world of endless fantasy and creativity, where superheroes, monsters, magical creatures, and cartoon characters live and breathe alongside us. Oh my gosh. No wonder somebody told me to get this. This sounds like it's my jam totally. Okay, and here's book 2. Okay. Imagination is real. Noah Carpenter, a down on her luck paranormal investigator. Oh my God, I love it already. Is called into the world of imagination to help solve a series of strange occurrences involving some of literature and legend's most iconic characters. From creator, name unpronounceable, artist of Spawn and Punisher, the best-selling, groundbreaking epic series returns. Whoa! Who did me the solid of recommending this? I know that somebody recommended this to me. What? Whoop! I almost tipped over the whole kit and caboodle there. FOMO. Just that mystery reading order will be extremely helpful. Excellent. I just needed one person to say that. I've been waiting to read them until the upcoming volume. Yes, it's called Fallen Tree, I think. It's in the other room. They're in order. It's the final one. Yeah. And they've been very generous to send me that. They sent me another book, couple of books that they want me to review. Yeah, Titan, they're really good people there. I really like their product and I like the people. I was fortunate enough to buy the single issues of Mystery from Eclipse and at the end of the Renegade press run. Here's Newsbuoy randomly appearing. Welcome.
Hey. Yes.
Fun fact. You can use hand sani or anything that is 70% alcohol to remove the print on box labels.
Yeah, I seen something about that recently.
Okay. What have you missed? We've been on the air for 2 hours, Spooey. What the hell? You've missed everything. but stick
He's a
around.
busy guy.
Black Sad, a must read. Yes, Gary and
Yeah,
we're
want to get
vibing
those.
together. Labruski survived his outdoor adventures. Good for you. Oh, look who's here. The Comic Slayer, Internet Dad. Hi, Internet Dad and Real Dad.
So
How are
Quinn
you,
must
Comic
be
Slayer?
asleep. I'm thinking Quinn's asleep, maybe. Hmm?
I just checked in on her earlier in this week, and that little baby girl is adorable. That's awesome.
Yep.
Very
Yeah,
happy to
really,
see you here.
he's really
Comic
something.
Slayer.
Yeah.
Comic Slayer. Question. Somebody asked about Berserker, and I said, I think Kristen is the one with thoughts. So if you're still here, what time was that? 10:01? Oh, that's only like 5 minutes ago. Give us your try and give us a short version of your thoughts. And who shared them with you? Was it Jessica or Mary or Maddie, or was it just you alone? Because I remember you had thoughts on Berserker, Matt Kint and Keanu Reeves. It's great to see you, though. Just do you collect Marvel or DC calendars? I don't. My wife creates a calendar every year of with our dogs on it, and it's super adorable and makes me miss them all the more. But I just have a dog calendar. I used to have the Sports Illustrated swimsuit calendar until Kelly came into my office one day and asked Mommy why Daddy had pictures of girls in swimsuits on his desk. So
yeah, that didn't last too long, did it? Yeah.
No, that went out the door when she came in and discovered that. Hello to the Comic Slayer, Mama Slayer. Oh, Ozzy first told me about something epic.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jewish Dragons. Oh, hey, here's Mary M. How are you, Mary? Good to see you. Yes, it does look epic. Happy about that. Jess, do you want me to send you Tales of the Batman Steve Englehart for Christmas? Yes, please. What do I?
Englehart, good stuff.
Yeah. I don't. Wait, is that the one thing I don't have? Tales of the Batman?
Is his partner Marshall Rogers doing the art? That's my question.
Yeah, is that the Englehart Rogers run? I think that's the one Tales of the Batman I don't
combo.
have.
That's the combo that can't miss right there. If it's
super laugh hard. God bless you. Yes, please. I would love to have that. Multiple hearts to you, my friend. Wow. Absolutely. The writer of Black Sad, Juan Diaz Cananes, also wrote Corto Maltese, Beneath the Midnight Sun. Oh, you're really working me. Drawn by Ruben Pellejero of Dieter Lumpen fame. I actually have a Dieter Lumpen book, but I haven't read it.
That sounds very crimey and pulpy. It's probably pretty great.
Black Sad? Oh, yeah.
No, what he's naming here. The Corto Maltese.
Oh, yeah, but those are all way out of print. Yeah, they're all way out of print. They need to be either reprinted or collected. Is there an Elric reading order? Asks Ash Nightable. Night Table.
That is very, very complicated because it's Roy Thomas did a bunch of adaptations for Marvel, and those are still in print. I think Titan owns all of it now, so they're reprinting in really nice volumes. So, but those are not part of the Blondell, which is the current people that are doing it for Titan. So they don't go together at all. They're separate tellings. And then Moorcock himself did some stuff for DC that has also been collected by Titan. And that doesn't go with any of those. So there's about at least 3 different lines that I'm aware of. You can get them all from Titan, but they need to be read separately. They do not continue from one another.
Got it.
So there's probably a website somewhere. I mean, I know by looking at it, but
Reed just took Quinn to hopefully get her asleep, and I'm doing bottle washing. I remember it.
Yep, a lot of that.
I've been moving around, assembling some new furniture, and been trying to fix up an old desk the last few hours. Just settled in here. Nice to have you, Spooey. Here we go. Berserker has a stupid name, a boring concept, and it was a total waste of my time. Smiley face emoticon.
Oh
Whatever
no!
that. But
Wow.
let me see if I can act like Kristen would. What are we doing here? Berserker has a stupid name, a boring concept, and it was a total waste of my time. What are we doing here?
Pretty good. That's not bad.
I know my internet daughter. Oh, peace and love, Super Laugh Hard. I am excited to get that. That is the one with the Roger. I don't even care if it's the one with the Rogers. I think it is the all the Rogers stuff, or a huge chunk of it is. That's the one book I don't have of all those tales of the Batman. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, I love you. Did I do it well? Sounds confusing, but aren't Elric stories relatively self-contained? Whoa, this is up to you, Larry. I don't know a thing.
They are, but like if you get the 4 Blondell books, they have numbers on the sides, 1 through 4. I would read them that way. But they are self-contained. I mean, like you could read the Roy Thomas ones in anywhere you want, I suppose, but they are going to be different parts of his life. So, it's probably a lot like Conan. You can read Conan anywhere you want, but there is a actual progression,
Yeah. Who is this comic slayer, and why is she bringing all that negativity? I asked her to. Just got home from a long shift. What did I miss? What did you miss? Dude, Razor Ramen. You shouldn't be working nights when Baturdays is on. Shift your schedule around, buddy. You missed a lot. You missed an unboxing.
Yeah, we talked about the book subgenre.
We talked about subgenre.
So
talked about how awesome Harleen and Harley is.
We even like the funky Picasso cover after reading the book, at least,
Okay. Is it? That sounds great. That's the one I don't have. Thank you so much. Okay. I mean, super thank you so much. Razor Ramen, we also talked about how I was on Fangirls today for the first time, talking about this book with Jessica and Bar and Maddie. It got very confusing because Maddie is best friends with Jess, and she kept saying Jess, and I kept saying what? But it was Jessica she was talking about. We loved this book, and the creators were in the chat with us because James tagged them on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is my new favorite thing. I will be following everybody that follows me now that I know how to do it. Don't normally work Saturdays, but it's overtime peak season. Oh, you got to get that holiday dosh. I get it.
Yeah, that's ramping up at my job too. So far, they haven't forced us to work, so fingers crossed.
Okay. When it comes to the Steve Englehart run on Batman, most of it was drawn by Marshall Rogers and at least one issue by Walt Simonson.
The only thing better than Marshall Rogers is Walt Simonson, so that's can't miss.
Yeah. Now I have a Marshall Rogers Tales of the Batman, but only a few of them are written by Steve Englehart. It is all Marshall Rogers art. But I feel like that's the missing piece. That will be all the Steve Englehart. That'll be the Steve Englehart stuff that I need. So for Laugh Hard, that's an awesome gift. On Jess's Absolute vid, I commented that I'd like to see that run get an absolute. Oh, you're one of those suckers on salary. Oh, well, you got a job. Let's look at the glass half full. You're getting money. I guess. I'm not sure what this is. How between calls. Pity Ma, what are you all right? What happened here? Whoop. I don't have all those books because I have most of the original issues. My time to flex, LOL. Oh, sorry, typo. I'm watching between calls. Are you working?
Kristen does that sometimes with her job. She'll
Oh, okay. Are you working tonight, Pity Ma? And you're like, hello, this is the CEO of AT&T. How can I help you? Hang on, I'm watching Baturdays. Wait with your dumb question for me. Just a sec. Is that what it's like? Chris Kaufman? This is existential. A question for you both. If God came down and said you only had one book to read, would it be a reread of a story you've already read or one you haven't got to yet? And what would it be?
easy answer.
Oh, wow.
It would be a reread, and it would probably be The Hobbit.
Oh, you'd pick a prose book. Of course. I forgot about prose books.
Yep, that'd be an easy one. Now, if you said comic book, that would be much more difficult.
Well, if I only had one book to read, do I get to ask God any questions? Or is he just telling me? I do have questions for him. I'm part of me wants to say something that's like 12 books long, like a series, but I don't think that counts.
Well,
let's
I
see.
mean, would an omnibus count?
Oh yeah,
It's a
that
book.
has to
It's
count.
a book. Why would it not count, right?
Yeah, sure. What would it be? That's a good question.
If mine was a comic book, it might be Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus 1, maybe.
Ooh,
might be an answer.
point.
Yeah, maybe.
Not Batman the Silver Age. That's the book I'm going to be sent to hell reading. Gosh. I'm really digging Justice League Dark Rebirth, and it's really long, so that gives me extra time. But one of my all-time favorite stories is Absolute or Justice in the Absolute format. I've read Watchmen so many times, I know it by heart. Black Cat. One of my favorite.
The world has blown up, and you're out of time. You didn't choose.
Well, he has to give me a little. I mean, there has to be time for me to choose. I mean, it is God, so he's a little forgiving. I'm assuming. I feel like I had the answer. I'm gonna, because I'm enjoying it so much, and it's really long. I'll say Justice League Dark Rebirth.
But does that bring you joy though? Is it depressing? Because you wouldn't want it to be depressing if it was your only.
Oh no, it's got Zatanna in it, and Swamp Thing, and Constantine, and all these great characters. Man-Bat.
I mean, does it have a good ending to where you feel good, or no?
Well, I haven't got to it yet, but it's
you don't know.
The first half is by Tiny Onion, and it's great, and then Rom V takes over, and it gets even greater. Asking God a question is a brave thing, but yes, an omnibus would count. Okay, I'm going to pick Justice League Dark Rebirth then. Is there something you know, Chris? Should I start reading that tonight? Do you know something we don't know?
Hey, Jess, I'm looking at my battery meter for my mic. I'll stay on as long as I can, but when that hits red, you won't be able to hear me. So I'll go I'll point to this and you'll know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for answering my other questions, Larry. Always been interested.
Sorry.
Pick Judge Dredd. He ages in real time and has been running for about 47 years. A hard sell, also one of the best ever. The Hobbit, adapted by Chuck Dixon and David Wenzel. That's a graphic novel?
Yeah, I don't have that yet. I know about it. I need to get it. I think I like that Wenzel art. So
I would think to read something new to have more new experience, but man, that's a risk. Yeah. a lot of stuff I don't like, but Justice League Dark Rebirth, across the board, people love it.
Because I mean, that could go terribly wrong. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty good at picking what I like. I'm 9 out of 10 times I'm good. But man, if that was your only book and you were wrong,
yeah,
that would suck.
But maybe Heaven's like all the graphic novels ever, and you have forever to read them.
Yeah, but that's not the premise.
No, I know it's not the premise.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Your Absolute Justice got delivered today. Doc, let me know what you think. I love that book. Oh, this is a good answer. If it's comic books, probably Monster Size Hellboy. If books, probably The Little Prince. That's a classic. Good answer.
Yeah, that's a great one. Love that. But it's so small though. Little Prince, you're gonna get through that in 10 minutes, you know. Half an hour at the most. Yeah.
Both of you. And I hear time is a construct only on Earth, so you'd literally have infinite time to decide.
Okay.
Would I have infinite? Oh no, reading is reading. Yeah, that time would run out on me. So heaven is basically your basement. Yeah, let me live here. I'm okay here.
Well, like I was talking about before, the very smell in here is awesome. So you know.
Yeah, we love our rooms. So yeah, there we go. Good question. Oh, I'd want the original Tash and Little Nemo book, the size of a small child.
Oh wow.
I wondered what I have a giant Little Nemo book. Oh no, that wasn't the original stuff that knocked the Coke onto my computer. That was a different book. Okay, Joanne Safar.
Oh, you're talking about a comic version of The Little Prince, huh? Okay, I didn't know there was one.
I didn't either. I would have a tough time choosing between Pad Hulk 1 or Hulk 2. You know what I read earlier this year? I read it with Max and Freddie, was his X Factor series. I read the first 3 books. So good.
I think Pad's Hulk 2 is a little bit better than 1, but it would be weird to just choose a volume 2, you know? So it would be tough. But I did like both of them.
And boy, I can really vouch for X Factor, the new X Factor, not the old X Factor by Peter David.
Yeah, people love it.
Oh boy, yeah, I really loved it. I read those 3 over a weekend. I just devoured them. Now that's fun for me when I can read an omnibus, just crank right through it.
Yeah, I read Birthright in about, I think, 3 days, which is really fast for me because that's the size of a small Omni, you know, the 25 issues. But
yeah. Larry, I tend to agree. Hulk Volume 2, but the Joe Fixit story in Volume 1 is so good.
Yeah, it really is. The whole Las Vegas thing, yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's in Volume 1. Okay. I thought that was in Volume 2. I haven't read it yet.
I was thinking it was 2 also, but if he read it more recent than me, he probably remembers better.
Yeah. I was thinking I'd reread, Jonah Hex by Palmiotti and Gray, but that worried me. It may send me to hell. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about Palmiotti and Gray, why did I leave out Harley Quinn? Harley Quinn.
Yeah, like you wouldn't want to choose Preacher for your read here, you know? I mean, that
would... you go to hell for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should reread Harley Quinn Volume 1. That book brought me so much joy. And Jonah Hex and All-Star Western both need multiple Omnis. That's ridiculous that they're all out of print trades.
I probably love that, I bet.
Yeah. It's All-Star Western is great, and so is Jonah Hex. I think Jonah Hex is probably what people consider the stronger run. All-Star Western was the new 52 run. I still loved it. I
have the Bronze Age Hex. I haven't read it yet, but it's
good for
on my
Bronze Age.
unread shelf. But
it's good Bronze Age. It's very readable. It's a very interesting concept that they came up with.
Yeah,
of Jonah Hex. I still don't understand how that piece of skin sticks.
It's just really gross, isn't it? Really
gross.
Well, I think it's supposed to represent, you know, how without modern medicine to set a jaw and all that, that something could grow back like that and have that big gap there. And
Yeah, it's odd that he
yeah.
always has that.
Whereas, you know, with modern, they would cut that out and they would set it all, and it would all be much more presentable.
Yeah.
Pretty
She-Hulk to
gross.
me is what Harley Quinn is to you, Jess. Oh, She-Hulk. Lance, what's your favorite She-Hulk? And are you digging the current She-Hulk written by Rainbow Rowell? Because I love that. Rainbow Rowell. I love Dan Slott's She-Hulk so much. And I even liked Mariko Tamaki's. It was a little darker. But Rainbow Rowell's is legendary to me. It's just so fun. Yeah, that skin flap. It's an odd thing.
I think I would have taken that Bowie knife to it at some point and just cut
Yeah.
that off
When
of
did you
there,
just
you
go?
know? Yeah, cut that off and then burn it, you know? That's
Yeah, cauterize it from a campfire.
yeah.
Hulk 2 was in the Dale volume. I'm sorry.
Keown.
Yeah, Hulk
Yeah.
Volume 2 is Dale Keown run. Joe Fixit in Vegas is in Volume 1.
Okay. I believe you. Yeah, I love both of those, but yeah, you're right.
Y'all are right. Little Prince is too short. Change my answer to Jerusalem by Alan Moore. Long and dense so I can get lost in it for a long time. Little Prince was a good choice, though.
If you could come up with a collection that had Little Prince and like The Giving Tree and, you know, a lot of other really great kids classics, you know, Where Monsters Go, Where the Wild Things Go, you know, all together, there probably is a collection like that. Even though they're by different authors, you know.
Right. Oh, good. Lance has an answer. My favorite She-Hulk is John Burns. Okay, especially in its Fantastic Four. Absolutely loving the Rainbow Rowell series. Might be a top 3 She-Hulk series for me. Good for you, Lance. I love it too. And speaking of She-Hulk, which has nothing to do with what I'm going to say, but I saw Fantastic Four in there. And I now have 4 volumes of Ryan North's Fantastic Four, and it's supposed to be
Is that the last one?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
is that the most recent one?
Is 4 the last one that he's doing?
No, I mean, is that writer, the most recent
Ryan North?
FF writer?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the current run, and it's supposed to be fantastic. I really want to read it before the end of the year so I can include it in my best of the year. So I need to read Black Sad so I can make that. Zatan and the Ripper. Something
you know that Ryan, you know that FF run is going to be an Omni. I mean, there's no doubt.
Oh, of course, because I bought the trades.
Well, because it's getting so much good press, you know, it's.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have these books, Lars. A series you should talk about in Crime Corner is Torpedo, 1936 by Enrique Sanchez and Jordi Bernet, and Alack Sinner by Carlos Sampaio and Jose Munoz. I actually have the entire Torpedo series and both big chonker Alack Sinners. Yeah, okay, those are books I won't sell. It took me a while to track down those Torpedo books. There's like 6 or 7 of them, and 1 or 2 of them was out of print. I really had to work hard to track that down. North's run and FF has been uneven, but when it hits, it's pretty wild. I had not heard that, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think FF is another one like Daredevil and Swamp Thing we were talking about, where there's just so many great runs. You know, hundreds of issues of that book is just awesome.
Oh, I have Strange Apparitions. Another Batman Eagle book. Oh, I don't know that it had Strange Apparitions. Oh, it's not hardback. Okay. Thank you. Look, it's super Lavard in the Christmas spirit. Same with Jewish Dragons. Yay. Yeah, okay. An Eagle Moss hardback book. That's got more than what I've got. Strange Apparitions, the trade, I think, is just like one story. Awesome. I've yet to read Ryan North's F4, but F4 is my favorite superhero team, and everything about it looks like what I love about the group. Seems to have that Star Trek Jetsons flavor.
Yeah, it looks
what? What? That's wild.
Maybe he doesn't know it's a centipede.
Lance and Gary, do I need to? I have not finished, and you don't have to say what your opinion of Dan Slott's run is. I know people don't like it. I like it, and I want to finish it. Do I have to finish it before I can get into Ryan North's, or can I just start fresh with Ryan North's? I'm happy to finish Fantastic Four. I personally like the Dan Slott run. I know there's lots of other people that think it's mid, but do I have to read? Do I have to read Dan Slott before I read Ryan North? Making out with a centipede. Somebody say something quickly so that's not the last comment. Ryan North, I can't give enough accolades to. His Slaughterhouse-5 adaptation is the best book I have read in the last 5 to 10 years. Slice of life, World War II, alien abduction, it has it all.
Okay, where can I get this? Where can I get this, and can I get a hardcover? Because I love Slaughterhouse-5, the prose novel.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And I love the movie too.
Man, I haven't seen the movie. I have to do that.
Yeah, it's a classic. You can drop into North FF. You can start fresh with North Run. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Chat knows all. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, you were the one that wanted the unboxing. Where'd you go? Here, I'll give you a rundown again, because I want everybody to know about Something Epic, because it's crazy. It looks crazy good. Okay.
And you say there is a hardcover coming on that? Is that what you said?
Something Epic? I honestly don't know.
You were being sarcastic a while ago?
Oh, yeah. Now that I bought the trades, it's by Image. Yeah, I bet. Oh, non-matching spine disorder here on Something Epic. Why couldn't they have just made the print as big on the other book? Non-matching spine or disorder.
Well, I kind of like how it does that, though. It looks like a,
Well, okay.
I like it.
I had to get
It looks
groceries.
animated.
Okay. For you, I will do a quick review of what I unboxed, because you asked for it. I got the second half of the Black Sad run. They all fall down. This cover is just boss. I'll put that there. This is the book apparently Aussieverse recommended to me. Something Epic. It's where the imagination is real. Outside our perception, creative thoughts take physical form with only a handful of individuals known as epics able to interact with this wondrous hidden world. So like stories come to life, but you have to have special powers to be able to see it. Wow, look at this art. Oh boy, I really want to read this sooner rather than later. And it's got 2 volumes, which I got, as you can see. So that was part of the unboxing. Elseworlds Batman Volume 3. Oh, this is what I said is getting the deluxe. Prez.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have to give this away. Yeah. It's I read it on DC Unlimited, and it's really good. And I made a mistake. It's like a young adult digest size book. It wasn't expensive. It was like $7, but freaking frick. And then volume 4 of Zatanna and the Ripper. Now that I have 4 of these, I believe there's going to be at least 5, but I can start reading this now, because man, I love Zatanna. She is something else when she is well written, and she always seems to be well written so far. Jack the Ripper is finally unmasked. So there you go. That was in my unboxing. Wait, what are we talking about there?
I think he's talking about Slaughterhouse 5, the graphic novel
Oh, okay.
adaptation. I think.
Okay. I guess I've also read McDuffie's and Miller's short F4 runs.
Yeah, I like those. I think those were underrated. I liked them.
Okay. I could not care less when it comes to books. The main thing is that I have them and being able to read them.
That's fair, but I mean, you can see how, if you buy the trades and you don't read them right away, especially, and then the hardcover comes out later, you're like, well, it's kind of a letdown, because you spent the money wrong. You might think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Javier. Have the neighborhood kids run an errand for you and give them Prez. I could give the oldest one Prez probably. I gave them so many things when they did the wood that carried in the firewood for me. I gave them action figures and books, and they were the sweetest kids.
Awesome.
Yeah, Remy, have you guys ever read a comic book that legitimately scared you? I've been on the hunt for some good horror that actually will keep me up at night.
I don't know if I could say that. I mean, I've had many of them creep me out for sure.
Yeah.
But actually scare me.
I'll
That's tough. Probably not.
This is going to sound weird to everybody because they all know I can't read manga because it's backwards. But for some reason, I'm able to follow Junji Ito's stories easier than I can follow
I like him a lot
anybody
too.
else.
Yep.
And to this day, they don't keep me up at night, but they have stuck with me.
Yeah. I would
Uzumaki,
agree.
Uzumaki, and then there were short stories where the people fit into the shapes in the cliff.
Yeah.
That was,
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, those things were super creepy.
And they certainly unnerved me. I've had some horror books unnerve me. Now I don't know
Yeah.
if you would qualify that as scared. I
Well,
mean, it's in that ballpark, but
yeah, I think disturbing and
unnerving, I think.
unnerving, disturbing and unnerving. I think that qualifies.
Yeah.
Those are forms of being scared, I think. So if you read manga at all, Junji Ito's stuff is really disturbing, like mind-warpingly disturbing.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't wait for February. A new 6 issues of Tannis will start coming out. Issue 1 cover looks fabulous. Oh yeah, Ice Cream Man is creepy and disturbing. That's fair. So far, only had 2 that scared me. What were they? Yeah, we're with you. More have disturbed me than scared me. And I think that disturbed me sticks with me longer than scared me. Like Jessica and I watched 2 movies, horror movies that we reviewed 2 weeks ago, Barbarian and Longlegs. Barbarian was so disturbing that it has stuck with me. And kind of Longlegs too.
I remember when I first read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing and got to the big reveal. That was pretty damn disturbing,
Yeah.
Especially having come from reading all the Bronze Age Swamp Thing. So I thought I had a handle on the character, right? Thought I knew what was going on. And then that tremendous retcon happens and he does it so beautifully that I believe it, right?
Yeah.
And that was pretty disturbing. That was disturbing.
Let's see. Lars had a question. Prez 1 through 6, Catwoman. I don't know that it has the Vertigo one shot. This is a young adult novel graphic novel by Mark Russell. It contains Prez 1 through 6 and Catwoman Election Night 1. So Vertigo one shot may be a different series. Oh, this looks weird. I like it. So yeah, what were the two that scared you? I want to know if I own them and
Yeah.
if they
Let us know.
yeah. I'd like to know that because I am doing the Supernatural series that we talked about earlier, and while it's magic and witches, well, some of the witch books were kind of scary, but I'm also going to do monsters and other supernatural occult type things. So there's some demon stories that I'm going to be reading, not Demon by Jack Kirby, but like they're demonic. They have demons in them. And so I'll be including those coming up.
I think you're caught up, aren't you?
I am caught up. Yeah. And how are you doing on your battery for your mic?
It's doing pretty good. It's not in the red yet. They last just right at 3 hours.
Okay.
Almost every time. 3 hours, and then it just bam, it's done. So and I generally, it's not a problem because most of my stuff is so short, that it never ever becomes an issue. The last time I actually ran it out was on that Evergreen show. And it lasted all through the Evergreen show, but then afterwards we were chatting offline, and it died there.
The first one is PTSD Radio, which is a manga that the author had to stop writing because apparently he started being legitimately haunted by it. Okay, I gotta ask about that with Geo and Riley.
Look that one up.
Yeah. Whoa. I want to know about this book. Wow, that sounds really good. Gary Redmond's leaving. Thanks for being here, Gary. Good to have you.
Yep.
Side note, I started from the beginning with Teen Titans on DCUI. I'm just about done with the Silver Age. Reminds me of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. They have a goofy charm to them with the 60s slang. The second one is the second one is The Number, which is a textless comic about someone being haunted by a number sequence. After reading it, I also started seeing The Number a bit everywhere for a few weeks. Wow.
That's pretty wild.
The Number.
Well, you know what that is? That's a it's a suggestion thing, where there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down on YouTube about numbers having significance, and people think they have different strings have different meanings. And I don't know if this comic is about that, but and once people see these strings, once you see these videos telling you about what this is supposed to mean, then your brain is naturally going to look for that pattern. And maybe the pattern was there to begin with, you just never looked for it before, right? It's like when you buy a car and you think you have a unique color and you've never seen that color car before, and then you start seeing that color car everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's because you're looking for it now. It's not because there's all those cars, right?
Right. That happened with my best friend. He visited in September, and he was complaining about how the front end of the smaller Teslas looked so ugly. And I was like, I don't know that I've seen the front end of a Tesla.
You never paid attention to it, right?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that's all I saw was Tesla front ends. And I'm like, yeah, they are kind of ugly. But yeah, you're right. That's because I was looking for it.
That's a possible explanation anyway.
Yeah. YP, welcome. Good to have you. Good to see you. Yeah, I imagine it was exactly like that. It's a long number sequence, but it was still very effective with incredible black and white artwork. Wow.
Yeah, it's still creepy, whether you know what's causing the,
Yeah. I'm kind of afraid to read that one, but the haunted book that haunted the author, I got to find out about that. He had to stop writing it because he started to get haunted by it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, it's 10:45 my time, and I need like 45 minutes to wind down from these because I get all amped up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's been a good run.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun talking about a lot of different books. We had an unboxing. We talked about scary
I had
books, and fun books, and we had a appearance from Mary and Comic Slayer and
we had
Batman.
some celebrities drop by.
A lot of celebrities dropping in. That illusion of seeing, hearing about stuff you just learned is called the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon.
I knew there was a name, but I couldn't think of it.
Wasn't Bader-Meinhof like a paramilitary terrorist organization in Germany? Did they take their name from that back in the 70s?
That's a good question.
I feel like I remember Bader-Meinhof back in the 70s. Yeah. Thank you, Sazmurph. Thanks for tuning in. Larry's link is in my description. Where can they find you, Larry?
Here on YouTube, Larry's Library. The same on Instagram, and now also Blue Sky. I haven't really posted anything there yet, but you're welcome to follow me if you want. And also, I'm Larry's Library on Goodreads also, if you want to follow along there. We have a lot of fun there, with the challenges and all that. So, but
yes, it was
most of
named
my stuff is right here on YouTube. So,
okay, so that gang was named after that.
Cool.
Thank you for being here, Remy. Thanks, Doc Elevator. Thank you, Spooey. Thank you, Lance.
Yep,
I'm a
thanks,
celebrity,
everybody.
but I lurk in the shadows. I also lurk in my bedroom. Okay, Spooey. TMI. You're okay. Everything's good. Good night, Kane. Thank you for being here. Marcella, great to have you here. YP, sorry that this is the end of the show, but
night, everybody.
You can definitely catch up on the replay. Thank you, Cage, for being here. And I will play us out with the Baturdays theme song written by the great Nate Bergholtz and animated by the great Geo. Peace and love, peace and love. Peace and balloons and hearts. There we go. Nice.
Baturdays, Baturdays. Omnidog and the Minister of Comics talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat with a name like